Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. I am AK Eagles, and welcome to the AK Eagles podcast. Appreciate you guys for coming out and joining us tonight. Give a couple shout-outs here. What's going on, BLSG? How you doing, sir? Fuller Boy Burn, how you doing, man? Yo, what's going on, Philly Eagle? How you doing, sir? Appreciate you
Hey,
coming.
Philly Eagle, good to see you again.
Namar, how you doing, sir? Appreciate you. Big Play Slay, how you doing, sir? What's good? What's good? Yes, sir.
Yo. So I guess
AK, what you think New York Giants record will be?
I got 5.
Yeah. Listen, man, it all depends, on how well they connect this year. But I got them around probably 6 to 7 wins, I'd say.
You're being generous.
Disrespect them too bad, but they have some potential. Yo, Nino, what's going on? Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, Nina.
Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, sir. Dang, that's disrespectful. Okay, gotcha, buddy. Yo, what's going on, Speedy? How you doing, sir?
Where did Earl?
There we are. So,
Hey, there he is.
Jeff.
Giants Giants.
All right, so
What's up, guys?
Hold on. Since you did that, give me 1 second.
you
There
think
we go.
Mike Kafka will call plays, bro?
There we go, Jeff.
Jeff, you want to answer that one, sir?
I think Brian Dable actually announced that, Mike Kafka will be in charge of the play calling for the New York Giants at the beginning of the season. So, yes, Mike Kafka will be the play call for the New York Giants going into the season.
Okay.
I'm happy about.
That's awesome.
How are you gentlemen doing tonight, by the way? And how's everybody doing in the chat? Hope everybody had a great weekend.
I'm doing
Shout out
good.
to 13 in here. Please hit that like button on your way in or your way out so my content gets out there and reaches more
Yeah.
people. Appreciate it. And definitely,
Go to Hardcore Sports and hit the like over there as well.
yes, definitely go hit up Hardcore Sports. And, please make sure you hit the sub button for both channels as well. Appreciate you guys on our way to 1K over here and over there. So appreciate it. So pretty much tonight, guys, it's gonna be like an Eagles chill stream. I'm gonna drop the link. People can come on, they can talk, but we're gonna be talking tonight movies. We've actually wanted to have a movie stream for a long time, and we'll keep it to probably sports movies. Because this is a sports podcast. So, but we'll also throw in some other ones as well. But we've always wanted to have one, and tonight it's Sunday night. I really don't have anything going on, so
You got work in the morning.
why not have a nice friendly movie night talk? Just a place to come chill and just get football off your mind and just let all the bullshit go.
Hey,
No doubt about it.
Sports with Paula, what is up?
Hey, pull me. man. Appreciate it. Yeah, we were gonna go live at 9, but we decided to push it back to 10 because I had some things to do, and then I started watching Boys for Life stream, so I got wrapped up in that a little bit. But
He streams a lot.
yeah, he does.
Yeah, it's like every single day I hear he streams.
What's up,
Yeah.
Jordy? How you doing, sir? Appreciate you. Yes, Jordy is in the building.
About time. I haven't seen Jordy in God knows how long.
How is everybody
Yeah.
doing, Eagles fans?
I'm doing good. You know, just relaxing right now. Not much to talk about.
It's true. Let's go.
Hey, dude. He's totally.
When do you guys start strapping the pads on for practice?
That's a good question.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
No, ours is Monday when we first start practicing in pads. I'm assuming you guys
So-
are around the same time.
So it's tomorrow for you?
Yeah, tomorrow is the first practice the Giants will have in pads.
Oh wow. Okay. Then it's gotta be tomorrow or Tuesday.
All right, Mitch, we'll send it to you, bro. We got it. All right, so I'm gonna put that in there. People can come on.
Hey, what's up, Alex? Big Blue in the Bronx, my buddy over there. If you haven't subscribed to him, he does great work with the New York Giants and the New York Yankees. Check out his channel with his twin brother Luca and the rest of the gang over there. They do an excellent job.
No Mets.
No, he's not a Mets fan. They're Yankees fans, and ironically, they're twins. But Alex is a Giants fan, and Luca's a Jets fan.
That's actually funny.
That's what's up.
So I feel bad for Luca, but you know, at least he's young enough. He hasn't had the pain of that team yet.
Yo, what's going on, Luke? How you doing, sir? Appreciate you, man. Haven't
Yeah,
seen.
what's going on, Luke?
What's up,
I'll
Luke?
talk to you in a minute.
Yeah, Mitch will send you the access code. Just get it sent to the email.
Oh, great. I'm going to have to back out a whole Google Chrome. Yay.
Sucks to be you.
Why did Damn it. I'll be back.
What up, BLSG?
Wait,
Good, gentlemen. How we all
Wait.
doing tonight on this Sunday night, man?
Randy needs it, right?
How
Randy?
you doing tonight?
I'm doing
Yeah.
good myself, man. Doug, just chatting it up with the boys.
No doubt about it.
Ohio
Thank you,
State
AK, for having this stream tonight too, man.
Hey, I'm always here to make it, man. I know I've been missing the last few times that AK's been doing it, but because of course he's always doing it when I'm sleeping, for heaven's sakes. But I'm finally back tonight here to chop it up with the boys. And we're not talking about them boys, which are not America's team. We're not talking about them.
Listen, man. We
America's a joke more than
we
anything.
parents get our playtime after dark. So, this is what I do after dark.
I should kind of be able to figure the common theme these days.
Like,
So
no,
we'll be making fun of the Cowboys a lot soon. There will be a lot of Cowboys jokes coming up. Yeah, we're getting.
Oh
them ready.
yeah! I'm gonna be entertained for the next few days.
You know
No,
the Cowboys jokes are coming soon.
I'm pumped for football, man. I'm super excited. You know,
Me too.
I don't know what it is about this year. You know, it's not just my team. I'm talking all in football in general. Like just having it back on television. You know, maybe I'm a bigger fan now more than ever because I do this now. You know, but I don't know. It just seems like, you know how whenever you're going to Disney World, you know, you're pumped as a kid, and you're like, okay, it's going to be a 4-hour drive, and you're driving down the road, and that 4-hour drive feels like 8, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, that is what this feels like. You know, it's only been like 3 months, 8 months ago. You know what I mean?
And
Like,
it's a different thing because with all the other sports, they have like what, a 3-4 month break before they're right back at it again. Yeah. Football is such a long break, especially if your team doesn't have a good season. You're done in December, and then you don't have another snap of any type of football in any type of games until August. So it's like, it's just different when it comes to football. You get that different type of energy. It's like no matter what team you root for, you just get giddy and excited as just a football fan in general because of just what the sport brings. And we're all getting that now as we turn the calendar over to August, and we know that football is officially back. Because when August comes, You got training camp right in the middle of everything, and you got preseason games about a week or so away. Actually, I think the Hall of Fame game is this coming Friday or Saturday. So we already have football coming back this coming week.
It's sometime like that. I know that off the top of my head. But our Eagles' first preseason game, mine and AK's, is August 12th.
I think ours is August 11th or 10th. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's just exciting. Even if your team might not be as good as what they're projecting, you still get that giddy feeling because football is back. It's just a different feeling than the other sports.
I know.
I love the other sports, but still, I can't wait.
Facts.
It's just always such a great feeling to get football back.
Did you get my DM?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
What's going on, SC Experience? I know you're excited about your Raiders this year.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I'll see you guys in a bit. Ohio State sucks.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
We are Michigan. Shut up.
So I gotta ask you guys, man. What would you, because like I said, we our intention for doing this as hardcore sports, we wanted to talk movies tonight, have a chill night. What is your guys' ultimate favorite sports movie? Well, let's just put it out there. Favorite one of all time that you could rewatch 20 times in one day and it never gets old.
Oh, that's a tough one. There's so many.
Remember the Titans?
Damn, he had that one cocked, ready and loaded.
What's up, Brad?
That's a good movie, man. Remember the Titans was definitely.
Every time I need a little cry or whatever, you pop that one on.
I forgot about Remember the Titans as a sports movie. I forgot that.
My other one is We Are Marshall, when that plane crashes and like half the that man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so go ahead.
What's up, Raph? How you doing, man?
What's good, Raphael?
What's up, Raphael?
I'm a little tired right now because I'm going to bed like in 5 minutes because right now it's been because the next week is gonna be the longest and the hardest that I
My
do.
Ducks, yeah.
Yeah, because right now I'm 28 years old, going to 29, because my birthday is gonna be 1 week in 1 week. So and I just wanted to tell it to everybody else who's watching all this stream right here. So I'm not a crazy person. I'm not a weird, and I'm not uncomfortable because right now I'm just a grown ass man with Asperger's syndrome who has a special condition, and they make himself feel special because if I had opinion about the American football, which is the NFL, I agree because I'm still learning about the American football, and those sports content creators, they teach me about the good things and the bad things about the NFL. So I'm not gonna judge to everybody else, and I don't have any beef with anybody else. I don't have any beef because I just know each other because it makes me happy. Because I just saw those guys right here in the panel, like AK Eagles, Jeff, Bilias, and the next shift, which is Randy. I know because they just support, and it makes me happy about it. It makes me smile. And the question that I was gonna do: will you trust a person with Asperger's syndrome take like a good opinion, like everything else about it? So that's the whole thing about it.
Can you all hear me?
And
What's up, Positive Philly?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Rolf, what's your favorite sports movie of all time, man?
Yeah.
Any given Sunday.
That's a good one.
That's a really good one.
That is a good one.
It is.
Yeah.
What's up, Positive? How you doing? I knew that was gonna be your freaking movie, Jordy. I knew it was coming.
Okay, let me just say,
Freaking
right now
movie.
is not a vibe because you got the Bulls with 6 and the Eagles with 1. Doesn't look
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
good. It just doesn't look good. We need.
And I just wanted to
Wow.
say them. Okay, so I just wanted to say hello to everybody else, and right now I'm going to bed, and
All right.
1
Well,
week
you have
until my birthday, number 29. So I hope to see you there. So.
Have a soon to be good birthday, Raph, and it's good
Yeah.
to talk to you, bro.
Get some
Yes,
sleep, bro.
I actually just got some Deshaun Watson news if you guys want to hear about it.
What?
Deshaun Watson's latest stuff. I
Would
know
he
if you
retire?
guys. No, I don't know if you guys saw the post that was said that was going to be coming to a ruling this coming Monday, but right now the latest on the Deshaun Watson settlement
Oh, I
talks is
thought you
that
said Deshaun
Watson's
Jackson.
camp
I thought he did too.
Watson's camp offered. Watson's camp right now is offered a 6 to 8 game suspension. That's what they're hoping would happen. But the NFL wants it to be at least 12 games with a significant fine on the settlement talks. So the NFL wants 12, and the Watson camp is hoping for at least 6 or 8. So there might be like something in the middle, like maybe around 8 to 10. It looks like they could come to a settlement.
Oh wow.
You think about it, it doesn't make sense because Sean Watson has stuff going on with girls, and he's suspended for what 48 games. Let's just say roughly. Let's say he's suspended for 4 games. Okay, Sean Watson's doing stuff with girls, and Calvin Ridley's just making bets, and he's suspended for a whole season,
Facts.
which is like more serious. There, come on, like to me, doing stuff with girls is more serious than just
All
making
I
bets
gotta
on your.
say is I got no saying, but I know what you mean.
That's just
I know I know what you
my
mean.
2 cents.
But all right, positive favorite sport movie of all time.
Oh wait, I
Alright,
didn't
so
even say
there's-
mine.
There's a
Yeah,
lot of sports
get-
movies I've seen.
Oh, calm
There's a
down.
lot of sports movies I haven't seen, but
Coach
I'm going to
Carter.
be biased and say, as an Eagles fan, it'd probably be Invincible. But also Remember the Titans is a great one too. I'd have to go Remember the Titans.
Invincible is a great movie, and it ended with you guys beating my Giants. But you know what? I still love the movie, and I love Mark
Invincible's
Wahlberg.
good,
I love Mark
but
Wahlberg's
I
performance
have
in
to
it.
say,
I thought he was great.
Yeah, I'm good friends with Vinny.
Remember
And
the
To
Greg-
Titans.
answer Speedy Eagles' question there, that Samuel L. Jackson movie, that's Coach Carter.
Yes,
Yeah, Coach Carter was great
it's a
too.
really good movie.
Yeah, so Carter I
Great
love.
movie. Great movie.
You
How
know, it
about
was
you?
actually a really good movie. Do you
Hustle?
remember the movie with what do you call it? What's the name of the actor that was in the movie with Eddie Murphy called 48 Hours? Do you remember,
Yes.
AK? Mitch?
Oh,
Yeah.
you talking about
Hey
The
Jordy.
basketball movie where he kicks the basketball because he gets pissed off as a coach. The college basketball movie. Chips, I think it is. Was it Chips? Hoosiers?
Oh no, Hoosiers had oh my god.
It's the one with, I can't remember his name.
Hoosiers had the dad that was drunk that he tried to turn into the assistant basketball
Blue Chip. That's it. Drew Johnson said it. Blue Chip. I forgot the name of the
Blue
actor,
Chip.
but he's so good. And that movie was one of the most underrated movies. My dad used to play it for me all the time. That was a great movie.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a
It's
lot of sports
yours,
movies I feel
right?
like I gotta say.
Huh?
You said yours, right?
Nope.
Say it.
Draft day.
Draft day.
Well,
That's a good one. The Express is a good one too.
Nick Nolte, that's who it was.
Oh, the
Express, I love
Thank you, Drew
Express.
Johnson.
You know what? I'll take draft day back. Express is mine.
All right, so Jordy, were you being serious on Rudy, bro? Because if so,
Well-
it makes sense.
Kinda yes, but if you take the Notre Dame out of it, then
it's
it's a heap of football
Of course,
movies
it's a Notre Dame.
alongside. It would be a heap of football movies, but beside that, it would be Miracle, and
Oh shoot.
you know
That's
what's
a
a good
classic.
one?
too.
Really?
Last Boy Scout? What about the Last Boy Scout? No, just kidding.
I just
Mighty
gotta say
Ducks.
this real quick. Jordy, I hate the fact that the Celtics shot Brogdon and Gallinari. God dang it.
Hey, we're just doing whatever we can
You
to
know,
get back to
speaking
the
of
promised
Celtics,
land.
bro, R.I.P. Bill Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys want
Alright,
Kevin
people
Durant?
Russell, yeah.
So
No, you can keep Kevin Durant.
I thought you all wanted KD.
No, I'm not trading the farm for a guy who's not going to be here for more than a year.
Go ahead and trade the farm, man. KD wants out of Brooklyn.
I just
No,
started something right now.
tired
Right.
of KD. I just
Good
wanted
job.
to go somewhere and be done with.
all right, so I'll say mine, man. Hands down, dude. It's one of the reasons why I've always loved this actor. Fucking The Replacements.
Oh, that's a good one.
Keanu Reeves, man. I'll tell you what, that movie is legendary, man, and it is one of my favorite all time. I could watch that 3 times a day and not get tired of it, dude.
The
Actually-
I
Replacements.
don't know if I heard that.
Replacements.
Oh, it's a great movie.
For me, there's another one. Longest Yard, Happy Gilmore,
What's longest yard? The second or the first one?
the one with Adam Sandler.
Favorite with Marky Mark and Christian Bale.
Yeah, the first one was good, but I like the second one better.
Yeah, no, that was a good movie as well, man.
Little Giants. Little Giants. You have to say Little Giants.
Oh,
is great.
dude, yeah, no, that's legendary. You know,
How come none of you wrestling fans picked the wrestler? How come? What's up with that?
What about
The wrestler was
What about,
really good.
Space
I loved
Jam?
it.
bro, you
Space
want to
Jam-
talk Disney sport movies? There's nothing that beats Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah, Angel
Oh.
is a classic. Or Mighty Ducks.
That movie is epic and legendary.
Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks is good, man.
Wait, Mighty
No,
Ducks
Mighty
1,
Ducks, yeah.
2, or 3,
But
or 4?
Angels in the
One.
Outfield was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights. That's another good one by Cole.
I literally was just gonna say that, Jeff. I was literally just gonna say
Phenomenal.
that.
Awesome movie,
I
very
gotta
underrated.
think. Hold on.
Quick
God
question.
damn it, just had it.
What?
What time you think you'll get off here tonight?
Well, I'm not going to be on too long, man. I got an early day tomorrow. I'll probably only be on for like an hour.
Yeah, I'm about to get off. I got work in the morning.
You know, it was also a
Can we
very
talk about
underrated
your
movie.
show?
The one with Tom Hanks where he coached the girls.
Yes, dude, we are on the same fucking grade.
Yes.
Wait.
Was it their own league or something?
Oh, they're
Yeah,
on
this is their
League
own.
of Their Own.
Their own
Yes.
League of Their Own was
yes.
phenomenal too.
They're
No.
remaking
Great movie.
Yes.
Wait, they're remaking what?
the League of Their Own.
Why?
They are?
Hey, you
Yeah,
can't.
it's coming on TV.
You can't do that.
No, don't. Please don't. Don't
Yeah,
do
don't.
that.
You can't ruin a Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah, that's what they're
I
doing.
mean, you.
I mean, dude, that's like going out and trying to remake Field of Dreams.
It's
Oh,
a,
God,
it's a
don't.
Hulu
Yeah.
TV show, I
Oh
believe.
shit! Maybe I shouldn't have said that because people watching, wrong people watching, will go and do it now. Don't do that. Do not fuck up Kevin Costner in the Field of Dreams. Leave it be.
Don't.
That means what?
Don't
next
you
week?
dare.
Oh, I got another one.
What?
I don't know, but this is my childhood. Like Mike. That was my childhood.
I need you to go to the store.
Like my
What?
Like Mike with Bow Wow.
You're right.
Oh my god!
Listen, y'all are
What
saying
about
all the
Airbud?
sports
What
teams
about
I never
Airbud?
even heard of.
Airbud is
Sorry,
just
sorry.
the first
Airbud was
one,
alright.
not the one, but the first one.
yeah. The first one, but all the others were just
It was alright, Airbud. For what it was okay.
You know what else?
There's a new one.
There's so many.
No, I had one just in my head. And now
Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of
Rookie
the
of
Year is good.
yeah, Zion. What is good?
There you go. What's up, Zion? I knew you'd
What's
hop
up,
on when you heard
fam?
movies.
What's
The
Gucci?
Hustle.
Yo, Cole really coming out here with the fucking High School Musical.
I mean,
Coles, really,
can
Coles?
you
High
talk,
School
can
Musical?
you say?
No, no,
Only from a Cowboy fan.
right?
Shocker.
Oh, Space
I'm
Jam.
curious to hear.
Space Jam, I said earlier. I said Space Jam earlier.
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear what Zion's got to say because he's a movie.
Dude,
buff,
with
too.
Michael Jordan in that thing, bro, that is insane.
Yeah, Zion, what's your favorite sports movie of all time, man? That you could sit down and watch day out.
Yeah, not
I have a lot. But if I had to, like, I don't know, I can't round it down to one. But I like sometimes, I'm in the mood for a real serious like sports movie.
I gotta head out.
Sometimes
I
in
got
the
work
mood
in the
for, like,
morning.
a
I'll talk to you
comedy
guys later.
sports movie.
Have a good
You
night,
know what I'm
bitch.
saying?
Yeah, you
Have a
too.
good night, man.
See you,
And
man.
by the way, Michigan sucks.
Ohio State's worse.
Both of you
Space-
suck.
Space Jam's a good one. I
Notre
do
Dame's
like,
worse than Ohio State.
The Longest Yard, Gridiron Gang.
Gridiron Gang was phenomenal.
Gridiron Gang is a really good movie. It's kind of this one I'm about to mention is kind of slow, but I do love the story behind it, and it is a true story. Rio Marshall. That is
Yes.
an excellent movie.
Yeah, I said that.
hmm If you take it into the world of basketball, I do like Glory Road. There's a few basketball movies I'm not even I know, but I can't even think of at the top of my dome right now. Long. It's another sad one. It's the baseball one with Keanu Reeves. Hardball. He's back.
Oh yeah, where he teaches the little
Oh,
kids
that's right.
baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hardball
dude, I
is
love
a
that movie. It's a
masterpiece.
really good movie.
I don't know. There's a lot that I'm not mentioning. I'm forgetting off the top of my dome. Even like the Draft Day. Draft Day is not a bad of a movie in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Draft Day is really
those are some.
underrated.
No, you haven't, Florida boy. No, you haven't. And I know
Oh.
you're trying to shut up.
Now, I mean, I don't know about y'all and if you consider it a sport movie, but I'm throwing it out there. Tiger Vance.
What did
I
you
mean,
say?
that's a golf movie.
Is
Okay,
that
yeah.
the one with
That's the one
Matt
with
Damon? Or
That's
Brad Pitt?
Will Smith and Matt Damon. When Matt Damon
That's
comes
it.
back from the war, and yeah, he has to, and he goes and plays in that golf tournament with Walter Hagen and that other
That's a
dude.
sports movie. Yeah, I throw it in there.
Even
That's
like
a dope movie.
Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah, Dog Millionaire was another one.
Moneyball.
Moneyball,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Happy Gilmore.
That's a sport movie.
Let's just take it
That's
back
two
to
that's
Like
far,
Mike.
shooter.
We'll just mention Like Mike.
Yeah.
And you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot. Run, shooter, run for your life.
Ah!
No, dude, that was pretty good. Also, Days of Thunder.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
The Blind Side, the
yeah.
Philly Eagles with a great one. The
Yeah,
Blind
The
Side
Blind
is
Side.
underrated.
Dude, me and the wife just watched that a couple months back.
Awesome job by Sandra Bullock in that
Oh,
one.
dude.
All the right moves. Nobody ever mentions that. Am I that old?
What's up, Jay Milton from Jersey? Dodgeball.
My,
Marcy's
my,
dodgeball.
my wife is behind me being like, what's wrong with you guys? What about all the right moves?
I know what you're thinking. I know what you think. I thought. What's the 5 rules of dodgeball?
Dip, dive,
Rules of
dodge, and dive.
Did dive, dodge, and dive some more.
Yo, dude, I lost my shit when this dude pulled out a fucking pipe wrench and was throwing it.
Yeah.
I was sitting there,
dodgeball.
I was like, no fucking way in hell, man. Did that just happen? Like, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Of course I'm going to fucking dodge a wrench. They fucking hurt.
You dodge as quick as a poopy colored lollipop.
Yo, and I love the way that they killed him. He got killed by one of those fucking lucky what part at the end of the. Oh, you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Like
The leprechaun fell.
Falls on top of it.
Yeah, the leprechaun, the slot machine leprechaun lamp fucking fell down from the roof and crushed him. And it said, like, you can find the pot at the end of the rainbow or something like that. And I was like, yo, that's fucked up.
Check it out. Look how young he is. That's awesome. Without him, we never had
Would
the
you be
mom.
able to consider old school a little bit of it? They did do gymnastics at the end. It was a little bit of a sport. They did do gymnastics at the end of old school, so would you consider that one as a sports movie, sort of?
What's up, AK?
To be honest, Jeff, I can't even. I know the movie. I know I watched Old School. That was Will Ferrell's first movie, but I can't even remember it. To be honest with you.
Oh, yeah, old school? No, dude, it's been long.
It's been a long time. Semi-pro.
Semi-pro,
Yeah.
Blades of Glory.
Blades of Glory. Yeah.
We gotta stop, bro. We're on the same wavelength.
Talladega Nights.
Talladega.
Yes.
Shake and bake. Shake and
Don't
bake.
you put that devil on me, Ricky Bobby.
For going like more racing, I do like Rush. Rush was a good
Rush
movie.
was good, yeah.
Rush was good.
Come on.
Warrior was a pretty good one too.
Yeah, Warrior was a great movie. It gives you. Now we are talking about the wrestling one, right? That is what Warrior was, right?
Yeah, I think that was the one with I think it was Dave Amell and CM Punk, I believe, were in it. The one
Yeah.
that came out recently.
Where it followed the wrestler around and like
Yeah.
backstage shit. Wasn't that what it was, or was that the wrestler? No, that
No,
was
the wrestler was with Mickey Rourke.
that's the one I'm talking about. Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't know what Warrior was in.
Warrior, I think, is the one where Dave Amell played like this wrestler trying to make a comeback or something. It's similar to what they did with the wrestler. I think like him and CM Punk are in it. I believe it just came out recently. It's not bad. Steve Amell, the one that played Arrow.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I get you.
You know what
Jay
movie's
Middleton wants
actually
to know if you're going to any
pretty
games today.
it's pretty slow, but it's pretty good. It's called Wise. It's about Giannis Antetokounmpo, whatever his last name is.
Antetokounmpo? Yeah.
Antetokounmpo, yeah.
I heard about that movie.
It's his. It's on Disney Plus. It's not bad.
No. Florida Boy. As much as I can't. That's My Boy was good, but it does not. None of those Adam Sandler movies that came out recently beat what he did in the 90s. Those movies were legendary.
Yeah.
All those movies were legendary that Adam Sandler did in the 90s, whether it was Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, The Wedding Singer, Waterboy. They're just on another level compared to what he's done after that. Adam Sandler's 4 movies in the 90s were just absolutely hilarious.
I think Adam Sandler signed his production company. Yeah, signed a deal with Netflix. But like all his movies is appearing on Netflix now.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I actually
did The Hustle. I don't know if you guys watched that yet.
Dude, I watched all of his shit, man. I even watched the Halloween one. What was it?
Hubby's Halloween or something like that.
Something like that.
Hubert Halloween. Yeah, dude. That was so stupid but funny. It was.
Yo, that's my boy. Is the movie.
Pretty decent.
Even
Eight Crazy Nights was underrated. That was pretty good. That cartoon one where he did. I thought Eight Crazy Nights was very underrated.
Oh, Jet! I get to ask you something. I've been wanting to ask you. So my wife
got so excited right there.
My wife brings up this TikTok to me, right? And she's like, "Yo," because she knows that a lot of the guys that I stream with are Jewish. Okay, and she comes up to me and she's like, "Yo," she's like, "Ask them this." And I asked Mitch, and he just freaking laughed at me. He's like, "No, this is not my. I've heard of it, but we don't do it." What do you replenish?
Do I replenish?
Yes.
You mean like drink water and Gatorade and stuff?
No, well, yeah, but I mean like replenish. Like when you take the last soda, do you put your shit back? Like new sodas in? Do you replenish the sodas, the soda pop in the fridge? Like
See, like when you get like a bunch of sodas, you throw it in the fridge. Is that what you mean?
You got
it. Yeah, but when you take the last one, you have to replenish. You have to put the.
Oh yeah, that's a Jewish thing. I do it all the time.
Dude, did you see? I gotta send you the TikTok. I actually linked Mitch to it, so you can find it on Mitch's. But dude, you will die laughing. The dude that's in the TikTok is actually real famous, and he's a Jewish actor. And dude, he's ripping his fucking son apart. It's called Taking Your Shoes Off, and he's ripping his fucking son apart about not replenishing. So it's actually quite funny. I just didn't know if you.
Was he so screaming at him? Oh, it's a bad habit. But it's weird though, because whenever you finish something and then you look in the fridge, you see that gap there. It's like I got to go out there and I got to replace it. Am I wrong? Like you see, like you grab a soda or something from the fridge.
That is exactly what he's talking about. That's why I love that.
True, isn't it? You go into the fridge and like say you grab a Pepsi that's sitting there, and then you go into the fridge and like, oh god damn it, there's a hole right there. I gotta go out and get another one to put that. It's like an empty part of that fridge. I can't be the only one that does this.
No.
There's gotta be other people that do this.
Listen.
He sounds like her.
It is here. I'll actually play it for you, so you just can hear it, because you can't get in trouble for it. But
you must replace the Pepsi.
Where?
I had one yesterday. Well, I had a million yesterday. You had a million, but I definitely like. You're supposed to replenish. You take the. I can't believe it. I never have anything after you fixed it. Yes, you're going to replenish. Seriously, what? We refrigerator everything every day. And if you went downstairs in the basement and got a soda, what was the fucking rule? You'd replenish. Okay. What the fuck, dude? It doesn't fucking replenish. No, listen. I think it's a microcosm of more serious things.
Yo, I knew you would get a kick out of that, dude. Like, and whenever, and I asked Mitch, and he was like, "Bro, in all honesty, he's like, I've heard it, but we don't do that."
It depends. If you're with family, like say if you go stay at your family's house and you get something out of their fridge, it's only common courtesy that you go out and you replace it. Like I've done that when I stayed over at my mom's house when I had to watch my dogs when she went away. It's like whatever you get, make sure you replenish it. And I always I did that. If I said I had some milk, I would go back out to the store if I finished her milk and I would replenish it and put it back like a new one in the fridge. It's out of respect for stuff you grab in somebody else's fridge.
I knew you would connect.
Isn't that weird though? Is it weird?
No,
not at all.
Not at all. Like no lie. I was telling Mitch backstage, at 9:00. I said it's funny, man, because my family isn't Jewish. We've never said replenish in my life. I don't believe.
Oh, it's a Jewish term.
I don't believe I've ever said that, right? But my dad looked at me the other day. When I am out of Mountain Dew, I drink his Diet Pepsi, unfortunately, because that's the only other soda in the house. And I grabbed his last one, and he's like, and one day it was real hot out, and he comes storming outside. He's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "What?" And he was like, "Dude," he's like, "if you grab the last one, put one in." And I was like, "Oh, my bad, dog." And he was like, "Oh, every time." And instantly I was like, "Yo, that's me not replenishing."
Well, it's like, the Jewish terms, when you see, when you guys would say if you see something dirty on the ground, you'd be like, "Oh, it's dirt." If you're Jewish, you would sometimes say, "Oh, it's schmutz." Like that's the Jewish term for dirt, or like something like dirty on the ground. If you see somebody that acts like a jackass, you call him a schmuck. Or if you feel like your clothes are all messed up and everything, you say you look
like a schmeal.
You feel like you're schwetzing, like you're all disheveled, pretty much.
Like
like
what
What's schlemiel mean then?
Which one?
Schlemiel.
I don't remember my grandmother never really said shamil that much, and she was very into the old traditional Jewish stuff, terms.
Okay, because I thought I took that as your clothes are wrinkly, tidy up, like.
Oh, that'd be it's schwetzing, like you're feel like you're schwetzful.
Go fix.
It's like when your clothes are all messed
Maybe
up.
I just heard it wrong. I thought. Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? Once I learn what schmuck is, I try not to.
I don't like saying it either. I don't like saying schmuck. It's a very disrespectful thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go around calling all you guys that because it's just very disrespectful. But it's like the Jewish term of saying a negative remark towards somebody. Or you guys would say dirt or crud or any of that stuff. Jewish person, you say schmutz. That's just how it is. Like a couple of those little Jewish, or yeah.
See, who says you don't learn something new every day?
Exactly. This is coming from somebody that's not a religious person when it comes to being Jewish. I'm not religious at all. That's just a couple of things I picked up over the years from my parents and my grandparents.
Bro, when you told me Drake was Jewish, I lost my mind.
You didn't know
I was
Jewish?
Dude, I'm not even playing, dog. I love Drake. I love his music. And if you would have said he was a Jew, I would have said you're full of shit. I never would even guess that, dude. My mind blown.
You know that Kevin Gates is a Muslim?
Kevin Gates? Who is that?
Kevin Gates?
Oh, don't sleep on Kevin Gates. Eagle. Just type him in later.
What?
Kevin
type
Gates?
him in later. Just YouTube him later.
Is he a comedian?
No, Kevin Gates. He's the rapper. Well, he blew up off of his album Isaiah, off of his songs Two Phones and Really Really. Then he got locked up, and then he kept on. Dude, he's been in the game for a long time. You guys heard his songs, but don't maybe recognize his name. Made that song I Don't Get Tired, Satellites, Great Man, Fatal Attraction. Yes.
Is it similar to something that happened to Shine years ago? You remember the rapper Shine? Remember the rapper Shine, where he got locked up for a while because of something that happened? He had a couple of big hits before he was.
Yeah, that's what I said, Florida. He's Muslim.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, kind of. It's like he was in and out. So like, he blew up. He was like big mainstream back in like 2016 off of his songs like Two Phones and Really Really, and then he got locked up, and then he was in and out for like three times, and then that's why his status in the rap game kind of deteriorated, right? But he kind of he keeps to himself too. Like he kind of promotes his own stuff. He's not signed to like any major powerhouse record, so label. So basically, but yeah, look him up. He's a beast.
I'll have to check him out.
Hell yeah, Kevin, you love his music, man. Kevin Gates is a monster.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely check it out. I mean, no, listen, dude. Lately, I mean, this last year, at least for me, I've been on a big Lucas Joyner kick. Like,
Lucas Joyner's a
I
killer
think
too.
he's fucking lyrically, man. I have always sat here and said no one will ever come close to matching Eminem,
Andre 3000.
and I'm never going to say that it never will be done, but Joyner Lucas can hold his fucking own. Like,
Joyner
I'm
Lucas,
dude. Shit.
can, but what's your history on Andre 3000 outside of Outkast?
I like Andre 3000. I
I
like
I
him.
think
like both
Andre
of them.
3000 can hold his own with Eminem.
I
Yeah.
like him and Big Boy. I think both of them are very good, solo or together.
I think Andre 3000 is arguably a top 5 MC of all time.
Really? You'd put him up that high?
Absolutely.
I gotta
His
listen to more of
deliverance,
his
his
solo
cadence,
stuff.
dude, like he can get down.
I put Outkast as one of the best rap duos of all time.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, they've had some tremendous hits, and even before they came out with their biggest hits in the 2000s, like they had Rosa Parks, which is a very, very underrated good song. Southern Playalistic, Cadillac, Funky Music. Gotta check that one out. That was a great song. Like they've had a lot of great hits. The Art of Storytelling, that's another good one. Like Outkast has had a lot of good hits before they really blew up with like B.O.B.
Yeah.
and Miss Jackson and So Fresh, So Clean,
Mm-hmm.
And then when they did their individual stuff, The Way You Move and Hey Ya, Roses, like they had some great hits before they really blew up with their one album.
Yeah, no, hands down, dude. Those guys wrecked that. The years they were out, they demolished everyone. Like you didn't know any music but theirs at that time. Like they were just off the charts. But hey, speaking of music, and I hope I get this right, but did you guys know? God, I pray I get this right. That it was Johnny Depp who discovered the Pussycat Dolls, and I think that's who it was. They actually
I didn't know that.
they actually got discovered in his nightclub, that one that he owns in Cali,
Interesting.
and they would perform, or they came up with the idea backstage behind the scenes, and supposedly he's the one that discovered them, which I thought was pretty cool. I was like, man, I wish I could be discovered by Johnny Depp. Shit.
That's so dope. Wow, that's lit. Did you know that Scooter Braun, the same guy that found Justin Bieber, found Ludacris?
That's
I heard
crazy.
that. I did hear
That's
that.
crazy. And Luda was big when Luda was in his prime. When he was big in the 2000s. Like
Nothing
he was the Dirty
touches
South
Chicken and
king,
Beer, bro.
rap.
Remember Chicken and or what was it?
Beer
it
and
was
Chicken.
Chicken and Beer, right? His
Chicken and
album.
Beer, yeah.
That album was woo.
I still remember his first one, Back for the First Time, when he had What's Your Fantasy and Southern Hospitality.
Facts.
Those two were probably those might have been his best two songs he ever did. That first album was dope as hell.
Yeah.
When he first came out in
Get
2000. Like he changed the game too. And then obviously with his other hits, but Ludacris was awesome.
Yeah, he had
back
his
in
own
the
lane
day.
for sure.
And he actually turned
Get
out to be a
back.
pretty good actor too.
Y'all don't know me like that.
Yo, what's going on, UNC Panther Sports? Appreciate you, sir.
Yo, what up, Panther
That like
Sports?
button on your way in or way out. Thank you so
Make
much.
sure you smash the like button and make sure you sub up to all these great content creators here as well as to the Hardcore Sports Network. Thank you everybody for coming by AK's special call-in stream tonight. Football season's on the horizon. Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, whatever team you're a fan of, get ready. Football will be here before you know it, and we'll be all at each other's throats, probably at just arguing what team is good, what team is bad, and also we'll probably be yelling at our own teams when they do stupid stuff during the season. Just get ready. Get ready.
Real quick, Zion, is Kevin Gates anything like Yellow Wolf?
Well, like yeah, Yellow Wolf is in his own lane. And I'm not saying that Yellow Wolf is better than Kevin Gates. I'm just saying Yellow Wolf is unique.
Yeah.
Whereas in Kevin Gates, like Kevin Gates, you can find people that sounds like Kevin Gates. Whereas in like you can't really find someone to reproduce a Yellow Wolf style. You know, Kevin Gates is more of a little bit of gangster drill hype rap. You know, whereas yeah, so I would say no. Two
Like I
completely
mean,
different
beat
orders.
wise, like does he do the Southern style like beat
Oh
rap?
yeah, yeah. He get down. He get down with the terms and the terminology, all of that. Yeah, he get down.
Yeah. No, I don't really. I'm not trying to say compare him, but I know I like Yellow Wolf. I like what he brings to the table. I
Like
like
if you
in a rap. So if I liked him, I'd probably like him. That's all.
yeah, name some of like your artists like that you could put on anytime you enter a vehicle or anytime you put in you listen to music like Yellow Wolf. Would you consider like
Yellow.
you just mentioned Eminem? Would you consider Eminem up there? You said
Oh yeah,
Joyner
I
Lucas.
do Yellow
I
Wolf
consider
and
Eminem the best of all time. I think
Joyner.
Eminem's number one.
Oh yeah, Joyner Lucas, DMX. You know,
Ludacris, Jay Z,
yeah.
Dr.
Okay, so
Dre,
like
Snoop Dogg.
No, I vary, and dude, I even have like ACDC on my shit.
oh
I
yeah, so
Me
like
too. Me too.
if
Audio
you
Slave
you
and
just you just mentioned a bunch of artists that basically has a totally different deliverance. You know, you take a DMX song and you take it and you take a Eminem song.
Deliverance, Bubba
That's
Sparks.
that's totally different, right? So like yeah, you could be able to mess with Kevin Gates. Another one that you probably heard of is Cordite. Cordite been doing this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Kevin Gates been in the game for a long time. Kevin Gates is an old head, but he's still killing it. You know what I'm saying? Cordite is more like young. You know, he's popping off. Another old hit that you probably heard of. You ever heard of Chris Webby?
Mm,
Chris
Chris
Webby.
Webby is one of the most extremely underrated artists there is in this game. Like Chris Webby probably had dropped like by now probably like 11 or 12 albums, and like he can spit for board with probably someone at standards of like Joyner Lucas. So like if you like Joyner Lucas, if you like people like Joyner Lucas, Hobson, Eminem, that deliverance where it just comes at you, Chris Webby is definitely a guy you want to check out.
I
Kevin
still remember
Gates,
the days of Jodeci and like
Joycey.
112 and what do you call it? Montel Jordan, like those people back in the
Oh,
day. I'm going way back. AK, you might know who I'm talking
see,
about.
in your day, you had Trench Joker, you had Trench Triple O J, and then you had sorry, I just named the same person, but you had like all of them, like Naughty by
Big
Nature,
Pun,
like
and
you know
then
what I'm
Naughty by
saying?
Nature, yeah.
Yeah.
Coolio. Coolio was my guy back in the 1990s. I loved Coolio stuff.
Oh
Coolio,
man, back then I was all DMX, Tupac, and Biggie. Man.
Nas, bro, you had
LL
Young
Cool J,
Nas,
Nas. We
yeah,
Yeah.
had some good ones back in the day. Like
bro, the
LL
Wu
Cool
Tang
J was
Clan,
great. Wu
like,
Tang.
whew,
Even Puff Daddy and his group, the
Yeah,
Bad
no,
Boys, was
dude,
yeah,
I
great.
fucking
Bad
Puff
Boys movement, even Run DMC held it down, dude.
Run DMC.
Yeah.
You had a lot of good rappers back then in the 90s and the
Grandmaster
2000s.
Flash and the Furious Five.
Yes, absolutely.
Um, oh
The
man.
Locks.
Yups.
Lil Kim.
Little Kim before there
See,
wasn't
you
Nicki
talk about.
Minaj.
Oh, if there was no Lil Kim and Foxy Brown started that women's
Yeah,
rap
dude.
revolution. Those were
You
like the
used to
first
just
few.
boom, open it,
So
walk down on
don't
stage.
forget,
Mary J. Blige,
you got Eve.
DeBrat, Missy Elliott,
Missy
Eve,
Elliott, Queen Latifah. When Queen
Queen
Latifah joined the
Latifah.
Queen
Jungle
Latifah
Yes.
was
Squad.
dirty.
Nobody talks about DeBrat too. How like she was influential on that whole thing too. And DeBrat was big back in the day. Like there were
Yeah.
a lot of good female rappers back in the day too.
No, dude, music is definitely not the same anymore.
I don't even listen.
Nope.
That's like when he was mentioning some of those artists, like Yo Wolf or Kevin Gates. I don't really know these people because I'm just so used to like the old school rap, and I listen to a lot of old school like rock and roll, classic
I
rock,
like it.
even like Limp Bizkit, Korn,
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Third Eye Blind,
Audio Slave,
all these people. Audio Slave, Soundgarden,
Alice in
Soundgarden.
Chains,
I love it.
Alice in Chains, Nirvana, like
Mad
just
Season.
Mad Season,
Nirvana,
Monster
that's a good
Magnet.
one.
There's a lot of good. There were a lot of great bands back in the day. Blink 182, I even liked at the time.
That was one of my favorite bands of all time, Blink-182.
Yeah,
No.
there were a lot.
But my favorite band of all time, like, R.I.P. Caesar, but Linkin Park.
Oh yeah, Linkin Park's my favorite of all time too. Love those
Linkin
guys.
Park is so good. By the way, rest in peace to Chester Bennington.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Chester. Thank you. I just called him Caesar. That
Two of
shows
the
up what's a
best.
big. I'm such a huge Linkin Park. Don't
I
let
love
my
them.
Listen,
I'm on
man.
medication right now. I just
Freshman year, I was listening to them all the time when they first came out in 2000. I think Hybrid Theory and
Yup.
Meteor are two of the best rock
Even when
albums that
they
came out
when they
recently.
did that remix with Jay-Z.
Oh my God, Reanimation!
Boys in Chorus.
Reanimation was phenomenal.
Listen, I gotta say this, dude, and I gotta put some respect to the name because in their own right, they're the only two that survived that rock phase there. Because you had Limp Bizkit who fell off. All these other bands that challenged with them that fell off. Only Nickelback and
Are you
Limp.
really bringing up Nickelback right now, though?
Korn's been good too.
I'm telling
Korn's
you,
been
the
around for a long time.
the only people that can hold a torch to Linkin Park is Nickelback. I love them both. I listen to them both. They're both great in their own freaking way. But they are the only two rock bands that survived the 2000s. The
Korn
only.
did too.
And there's a
Korn
reason
did
for that too.
I mean,
Well,
like,
I consider Korn metal though. I don't consider them
I guess
rock.
that's
I want
true.
to
They
hear
were
you
more
guys.
You
like
could say
rock
that
rap.
Korn's an in between.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. But
What
they
did you guys?
Korn was definitely harder than both Nickelback and Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Linkin Park.
Korn's
Though.
still good. Korn's still rocking it out even to this day. They're still
Yeah.
doing really well.
What did you guys' thoughts of Panic at the Disco?
Ugh,
Taking all
no.
that time off
I-
and then coming
no.
back and going platinum just like that.
No.
I've never liked them.
It's like
No?
Newfound Glory or that other band that
Newfound
did
Glory?
the Down Down Sugar We're Going Down Swinging, whatever that song is called. The heck is that name?
I
Band
know
name?
I can
exactly what you're fucking
actually,
talking
Egos.
about.
I can name a band that can hold its own to Linkin Park in the same time frame.
What's
What?
that?
Maroon 5.
Maroon 5 was alright.
Maroon 5 is not rock though. They're pop.
Yeah.
Like
I
pop,
guess
like
you would
pop
consider
Yeah,
rock.
them
it's true.
pop, huh?
Maroon 5 is more pop
Maroon
than
5
More
rock.
is
pop. Yeah, fair enough. That's fair.
Linkin Park is new metal.
And
Yeah,
trust me,
Linkin
dude, I'm a
Park.
huge Maroon
That's
5.
it.
I own every Maroon 5 album. I think
Yeah.
Adam Levine is fucking amazing at what he does.
But it
yeah,
is pop.
I
You guys are
consider
right on
him
there.
pop.
That's right. I'm
You
not
could
gonna argue
mention
that.
early Slipknot for new metal, like early Slipknot.
Mm-hmm.
But
System of a Down.
System
yeah,
of a
System of a
Down.
Down.
They just recently came back too. And they
How
dropped an
about
album.
okay, I got one for you.
Even
Now
My
I
Chemical Romance died
you
out.
these guys in, but do we throw 3 Days Grace in that category?
I would throw them in there, yeah. I would
With-
throw 3 Days Grace in
With
there.
How about
Adam as
Fall Out
lead singer,
Boy?
yes.
That's the one I was singing before,
Fall Out
Fallout
Boy?
Boy. Yeah, they're the one that
Fall Out
did the Sugar Down, Going Down Swinging one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about Three Doors Down?
Swinging.
Yes, Three Doors Down will
Three Doors
always
Down.
be great.
You know who's killing it right now though? Like Imagine Dragons, man. Good for them.
I love Imagine
They're
Dragons.
pop too though.
Love Imagine Dragons.
How about One Republic? That's my pop too, I guess.
They're good. I like
Yeah.
One Republic. They're underrated.
Certain
They've
songs.
had a couple of good hits. Yeah, they've had a couple of good hits. What about Yellow? Remember the band Yellow Card?
Yes.
Ocean Avenue, how big that
There's a
song was
place
back
on
in the day.
Ocean Avenue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sleeping all
that
day,
band was
playing
big
up
at that
all-
time.
Where's
It's
that?
like
Where's that
bringing-
song? Where's that group that's singing Teenage Dirtbag?
Oh, I don't remember. That was the one with Mina Savari that was in it.
So, yeah.
I got one, AK 311. You can't
Oh,
tell me you do
my
not
wife
love
was a
311.
huge 311 fan, dude.
311 was great.
She is huge into 311, and she is a very big Weezer fan.
Weezer
Weezer.
too, yeah.
She is huge.
Weezer
But
and
her
311
love
was
and
great.
pride and joy in music, bro. This is where me and my wife, if we ever got a divorce, this is the only thing we'd argue over.
What's your favorite 311 song?
She's a Led Zeppelin fan, diehard,
Led Zeppelin.
and
Led
I'm Black
Zeppelin.
Sabbath. So
Love Black Sabbath too.
yeah, but when you're a Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, it's either one or the other, and that's the only thing that we disagree on. Everything else we're good.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say she's Led Zeppelin, you're Black Sabbath.
Oh yeah.
I had a feeling. I
They,
because you're more the little bit of a
she,
metal guy, and they were a little bit more metal compared to Led Zeppelin was a little bit more, modern, like classic rock.
nah, bro, we were destined to be, man. She actually has the Led Zeppelin tattoo of Joshua Tree on her, and that's obviously my name. And her mom has a couple Joshua plaques in her kitchen before she passed, and we moved away. She had those. We have family members who are actually named the exact
Van
same name.
City.
Her father's middle name is my middle name. Like, dude, everything, like, you just add it all up. It was just destined. You could tell, you know. But yeah, that's the only
I
thing we
love it.
disagree on, dude. Is just Black Sabbath or Led.
Hey, the birthday boy, Super
Birthday
Hey,
boys
Taj.
yo,
in the
Taj.
building. Taj.
Hey, what's good, y'all? How y'all doing?
Let's
What's
get it.
up, Taj? Happy belated birthday,
No,
bro.
no, Van. I'm not saying you can't love both. I'm just saying, like, I actually do like some Led Zeppelin songs. I'll never tell her that, but
Yeah.
I'm a much bigger Black Sabbath fan than I am Led Zeppelin. Like that's all. You can love both. I do like both. There's certain times I do want Led Zeppelin, but more along the lines Black Sabbath, Marilyn Manson. Like, dude, you
Yeah.
throw a Marilyn Manson, I can just go. Like I'm more that route. She was more Led Zeppelin. She liked the rock, but with the solemn voice that he had. So it was just preference.
Namar, to answer your question or up above, Baker Mayfield sucks. The Giants
What's
are going to
good,
kick his
AK,
ass in
man?
week 2. He sucks.
No, yeah, I did say that, but I don't mean that. She has the angel one, the angel tattoo or cover. I don't know what the heck that is, but like I said, I'm not the Zeppelin fan. She'd probably smack me if she heard me say that.
You guys want to talk a little bit talk a little football, or just continue with the movies and the music? Give
Oh,
everybody a little appetite, give a
I'm
little
I'm
taste.
we can talk about anything, bro. This is just a chill stream.
Exactly. Like nobody gives a shit, man.
How was your first week of training camp, dude?
It's the offense is a little bit behind right now in terms compared to the defense, but we really can't say yet because these guys haven't strapped on the pads yet. But Daniel Jones has had some nice throws. He's had some bad throws. He's thrown at least a pick each of his practices, but at the same time, nobody's hitting each other. There's no contact or anything like that. So nobody's gotten hurt, thank God. That's the good thing. But it's just really too early to judge right now. But it's just mixed on the offense because some guys are dropping balls, but then there's some really nice throws by Daniel Jones. The defense, Kayvon Thibodeau looks like he's got a great first step. I mean, that's like one of the first things you notice. Wan'Dale Robinson seems to be making a very strong impact so far in training camp. I mean, you have PFF that's going out there saying that Wan'Dale Robinson is going to be a problem this year, which I actually agree. I think this kid is going to be. I'm really high on Wan'Dale Robinson. I think this kid is going to be fun to watch this year. Kadarius Toney's been unbelievable so far. The offense is just right now, it's still a work in progress because they're still learning the playbooks, still trying to get their timing down and everything, but I think they'll be all right. It's just going to take a little bit of time. But the defense, no surprise at all, they're ahead of the offense as we speak. But what about your Eagles? What do you guys have heard about them?
To be honest, man, here we go through this same stupid shit again as last year. Like I saw videos coming out that Rager's a camp star again, and I just laughed because I was like, yeah, but we heard that same shit last year. We know what we got.
Exactly.
Dude, I don't pay attention to camp. I never have, and I never will. Camp to me is a way for them to knock rust off, to build on their chemistry, to work on the final little tweaks that you have to work on for the playbook, and to just get everything down right. That's realistically what this is, and what our preseason games are. It's just to fine tune the little things that you have to fine tune.
Yeah.
And that's what I take it to be. I don't I don't look at training camp and like, oh my God, he stood out. So I expect that. There is certain guys I do obviously look at that. I mean, if Jordan Davis comes out this training camp and dominates, I expect Jordan Davis to dominate in the regular season, you know. But I don't expect that from a guy like Rager. I don't expect that from a guy like J. Jaw because when the pads come on, they're different people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right now,
Absolutely.
shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah, it's
So-
just I think everybody's just hungry because football is back in a way. Everybody's out there practicing. You're getting to see these guys run plays, different formations, defensive setups. So everybody's as just football fans are excited. Giants fans are excited. Eagles fans, Cowboys fans, every fan base is just thrilled because we're getting to see football with our teams out there running some play concepts and stuff. But like you're right, somebody could look like a superstar in training camp. I mean, right now, Darnay Holmes has been the MVP of training camp for the Giants the first few practices, but the guy's also been getting beat on some plays too, but we don't know because it's just no pads. They're really not running their full complement of plays yet. We really don't know completely what these teams are. And the same thing with you. Jalen Rager might be the MVP right now at your practice, but we all know this guy is fighting for roster spot, so he's got to go out there and put on a great performance because he's pretty much playing for his Eagles' future, and that's what it really is about. It's about the training camp practices as well as like what these guys can do to get themselves in a position to possibly start or be in a key role going into the season. That's what training camp and preseason is really about, is those backup guys and then the starters working on their timing with their teammates over there, and hopefully everybody's staying healthy too because I hate to happen what happened with the Buck center, Ryan Jensen. You don't want to hear about that stuff. That sucks. When you're a guy that gets hurt in training camp and preseason, it's not something you never want to hear. So that's why I just hope everybody is able to make it out of training camp and preseason healthy and getting ready for the season. I don't care what team you root for. You just always want to see everybody be able to be healthy getting ready for the season.
And Zion and Taj, I definitely want to get your guys' opinion, and also BLSD and Jordy on yours on the Eagles. But real quick, I want to answer this for Van. AK, do you think Jalen Hurts is the QB of the future? I hope. I'm not going to sit here and put a stamp on it yet. I will determine what my team is from week 1 to week 5. What they show me on the field and what direction they choose to go, and our win record and the consistency that they show me will make me determine whether or not I trust them and I know we're headed towards the right direction or we got a lot to work on yet. Because our record will say a lot. Because this is an easy schedule, but I really also fucking hate what Arizona did. Because when you go and you overpay for an underachieving quarterback who's never won his division, who has a losing record, I know we're betting on his athleticism and his talent because he is talented. I'm not taking that away, but his record does not prove what he's worth. And he gets paid more than Pat Mahomes right now. And you're telling me Kyler Murray deserves to be paid more than Pat Mahomes? I don't think so. Like, realistically, I'm being realistic, and there's no fucking way in hell that's possible. So, because of those stats, if Jalen Hurts comes out here and he wins 11, 12 games, and he goes to the playoffs and he wins one playoff game and then we lose the next one, we will probably end up keeping him. But then you're ultimately end up going to have to pay him around the $200 million mark. You're going to pay him more than Kyler because he's obviously done more than Kyler at that point. And I'm just saying, if the Cardinals don't
Van's not holding back on his comments about Murray. Jesus.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, like, when you got a guy who's never even, he's 0-1 in the playoffs and he's 22, 23 and 1 in the regular season. And then you have a guy like Jalen who has, I forget what his year win loss is, but it's not, he's over 500, and his touchdowns, the interceptions. If he adds a playoff game in there, dude, you're going to have to pay him more than Kyler, especially if Kyler doesn't get the playoffs again this year. You know what I mean?
You want me to be honest, AK?
That's going to put us in a really tight spot because then you're looking at paying a man $50 million a year. Do you really want to do that? Like, in my opinion, bro, if we're going to do that, I want you to tell me, because when you do that, I don't want another Carson Wentz situation. You're paying that man $50 million a year. You better be telling me that is my guy, 100%, no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
You want me to be honest?
Go for it.
I think Murray's got more talent than say like a Jalen Hurts and a Daniel Jones. But if it came down to it for those intangibles, the work ethic and all that stuff, I would take Daniel Jones and what do you call it, Jalen Hurts over Kyler Murray, because I just don't know if this guy has the drive in terms of his work ethic. And we know Taj and Zion know what Daniel Jones does. He's the first person in that room. He works harder than anybody else on that team. He always is trying his best to improve himself. He's just got to shake those bad habits that he's still showing at training camp. But
Shake those demons.
exactly. But Daniel Jones has never, none of us Giants fans, as much as he drives us nuts sometimes, none of us have ever questioned his toughness and his work ethic. Because this guy, if it wasn't for some of the decision making he does, not all his fault, but some of it is, and also because maybe he just doesn't have the natural talent that all these other quarterbacks have, I think Daniel Jones could be a good quarterback in this league.
Yes, but
in
Jeff,
the years.
something that you're missing, okay? And I'm not being mean about this. I'm being serious. Daniel Jones and Jalen Hurts. Yes, Jalen Hurts had the number one offensive line last year. Our halfback was in and out with injuries, and our best wide receiver was our rookie. Okay. Other two, Quez was decent. He did what he had to do. He bowled out when he needed to. He made some amazing catches, but yet again, he wasn't enough of a threat. Jalen Reagor, anyway, he's not even a threat. People didn't even have to cover him probably. So
He's
anyway,
the Darius Slayton of your team, pretty much.
when you look at our weapons other than Dallas Goedert last year, okay, you look at your team. Your offensive line was complete shit. Your wide receivers not that good. Your quarterback can only do so much. I mean, eventually your shitty team takes that out of his hands, you know. But you look at Kyler Murray's team. Yes, they out, but they also had Christian Kirk, A.J. Brown, Rondell Moore. They had Zach Ertz the second half. They had James Conner. They had who's their other halfback?
Edmonds. They had Edmonds, Chase
Edmonds.
So you can't sit there and tell me that man in that playoff game had better weapons than what we did as Eagles did. Because I would have taken an A.J. Brown last year on my team.
A.J. Green.
Kirk. I would have taken, Zach Ertz back to have as a second. Like, any of those guys are quality starters. And, dude, he did just as much as what Jalen Hurts did in his playoff game. Same exact stats, 250 yards. To me, bro, that you tanked that playoff game. You did, because that's unexcusable with the weapons I just named. You know what I'm saying?
I think the Hopkins injury really killed his confidence, because Hopkins was that guy that he could always count on as the guy that could beat the double teams, was always going to be open. And when Hopkins got hurt last year, that took a lot away from Kyler Murray's game, because he always knew where number 10 was going to be on that field. And he just wasn't the same guy, and that offense wasn't the same, because that number one receiver was able to get all the coverage towards him, and it opened things up for guys like Rondell Moore or A.J. Green or Connor or Edmonds or Kirk and all those other guys. Hopkins getting hurt really not only hurt that offense, but it hurt Kyler Murray's confidence, and he just couldn't come back after what happened. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen for him this year, because Hopkins won't be there at the beginning of the year. I know they have Marquise Brown now, but I don't know if Marquise Brown is going to be that type of number one caliber receiver that we know a DeAndre Hopkins is when he's healthy and he's out on that field. Hopkins is a difference maker. So curious to see how he's going to look right now, those first 6 games without D-Hop out there.
Yeah, but bro, how do you excuse that fucking play he did in the end zone?
Oh, you can't excuse it. That was idiotic.
Yeah, I'm saying though, like, his offensive line was not bad. Like, he didn't have the best, but he didn't have the worst. You know, they were average. He has a tight end and a valuable one. We all know that in Zach Ertz because we know where he comes from. We knows that he can catch. You had AJ Green. You had Christian Kirk, which he got $20 million for some fucking reason this year. So obviously he's good to the Jags at least. I don't know. And then you have Rondell Moore, who was a pretty damn good rookie last year.
I like
And
him this
you
year.
have James Conner, who was kicking ass in the second half of the season, dude. He was plowing through people. Like, you can't tell me you don't have weapons to go out and put that fucking performance out there. And your defense is not bad. You just put them in shitty situations. Like, that's what I'm talking about. And then you go and you pay the. I get it. I understand. You had to. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. You had to because no matter where else you turned, you were not going to find someone like Kyler Murray right now. So you had to. He forced that. I get it. But he wasn't worth it. Just saying.
Taj, Zion, about BL. What do you guys think?
Yeah, for sure.
Um, let's just tackle this Kyler Murray thing. Is he worth that full contract they got? Not probably right now, absolutely not. But Eagles, Jeff, you guys made a lot of good points. I'm not gonna disagree on them, but what I am gonna say is like, you look at someone like Kyler Murray, and then, you look at someone like say, maybe for instance, Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson won like one playoff game in his career or something like that. But at the end of the day, what you're getting with those kind of quarterbacks, obviously Lamar Jackson is on a different playing field when it comes to the mobility. But you get that with Kyler Murray, and in your organization like the Cardinals, you want to go all in because when's the last time you had someone that can actually move like that? Like, he has a lot to work on. He still has a lot to work on. But at the end of the day, I think that they're betting for the future and what they think they can build around him. I get it. The team is a playoff contender, but now let's just try to go build a Super Bowl winning team around him. Same like when Kirk Cousins broke the record for like fully guaranteed when he signed with the Vikings. Like, the Vikings had a strong roster and they just tried to, seal the deal. Um,
Was that a
the
mistake?
difference the difference is like Mahomes kind of gave like it was a different situation, right? Because it was a long term 10 years. Like, you don't have to worry about your bag is secured. Your
Yeah.
bag is secured 10 years, right? And at the end of the day, do I think he's worth that? Absolutely not. But do I think it's fair? I'm not trying to be a dick, but do I think it's fair for us to nitpick the things that he does wrong? I think that's unfair because at the end of the day, the NFL is gonna be getting millions and millions of dollars at all these new network deals and stuff, and these quarterbacks will be gonna be getting paid like you know these Patrick Mahomes kind of numbers. And the one thing that works out with Patrick Mahomes is he gets his bag for the next 10 years. These guys are not signing 10-year contracts. You know what I'm saying? So they are going to end up making more than him. Are they better than him? Absolutely not. But Tom Brady took a cut, and he's the best quarterback in the league, and he's been taking the cuts. So that's what I have to say about Kyler Murray. Do I think he deserves it? Absolutely not. Eagles, Jeff, you guys made a lot of absolutely great points on it. But it's just the way the business works. And the Cardinals, they're a team, middle of the pack, and they want to try to secure their team and try to make a run at it. So wishing them nothing but the best. But it's gonna be hard, even though the AFC is the most stacked conference. The NFC got some powerhouse teams up there at the top. And Aaron Rodgers is not retired yet. Tom Brady's not retired yet. The Saints have a bomb offense. I don't know, Jerry Land. Jerry thinks he's gonna win it this year, but Jerry thinks he's gonna win it every year. So you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of good teams up there, and let's not forget about other teams that's making the rise too. Um, and that being said, on the Giants, I like Jeff's first point he made about training camp. He hit it on the nail. Um, I am tired of giving this guy excuses with Daniel Jones. Jeff hit it on the nail when he said he is the first one in, the first one out. He has shown put his body on the line. He is tough. He does all of that. He checks all those boxes. But at the end of the day, it's the NFL. You got to improve, my man, when it comes to the football. We're tired of giving you excuses. I get it. The 2021 Giants was dog. But at the end of the day, you got to improve faster because there's a dog in Tyrod Taylor out there He knows his position, but at the end of the day, he's not gonna just willingly accept the bench. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be grinding to get on the field. And that being said, I think the Eagles and the Giants are in two different kind of situations right now where, as in, I don't look at I get the comparison what you guys are talking about, but when I look at Jalen Hurts and I look at the Eagles organization, you guys kind of have you guys are still trying to figure it out, but you guys kind of have an identity. Whereas in the Giants, we don't even know who we are. So that being said, I don't buy into all of this hearsay. I just try to stay realistic, stay positive. I love the obviously, I love the NFL, so I'm super excited about this season. But it's easy to look good in practice when you're not wearing pads and you're not getting hit. We're gonna be seeing sloppy football week one. It happens every year, and you probably see sloppy football for the first 4 weeks while we try to figure it out. But hopefully, if we can figure it out, hopefully we can use it as a foundation year. I know I'm going on too long about the length of the season, but
No,
to keep
you're
it going back
No,
on
it's
training
fine, man.
camp. I appreciate it. Go back on training camp, man. You know what, John? Like, I hope Daniel Jones, and he probably is, man. Like, pick everyone's brain that you got. I kind of feel like it's too early to tell, but outside of Patrick Shermer, he actually, I mean, like, I'm not trying to diss Jason Garrett too. Jason Garrett did some good things, but he did. I mean, like, I don't want to go there. So that and Joe Judge situation, but so outside of homie Patrick Shermer, like, I feel that these people that is surrounding Daniel Jones are people with proven track history. I'm not worried about our defense. I'm worried about our third stringers on defense. I'm worried about our depth on defense, but I'm
I'm
not
worried about
worried about
depth in
it. You know what I'm
general.
saying? When Rick Mortendale is out on the field, Brian Dable or Matt can go pull a
What's up,
Sean
Coach
McVay and
Dante?
sit down with Daniel Jones. And when the defense is on the field, what's up, Dante? When the defense is on the field, that's Rick Mortendale's D. It's his team. Let him one, and you take Daniel Jones and you sit him down. You tell him, hey, I better see a damn tablet in that hand because he has a lot to improve on if he wants to get that contract. And it's just prove it year right now. Ollie and Daniel Jones, we did everything we could possibly do to get a legit team around you. We don't know if they're legit yet, but we have talent. We have sleepers. We have sleeper talent on this team. And if everything can go good, Daniel Jones can have an all right year, and we'll go from there. I'm not
I'm really
saying
happy
right
that
now,
you say
not
that.
even
I'm
close.
really happy
But
that you say that because I want to
yeah,
bring this up to you because you were talking about the Kyler Murray thing, and I heard you say, about how it's just the way it goes. Okay. So say
yes.
Daniel Jones comes out this year and say he gets like 3,800 yards and 22 touchdowns and he has 12 interceptions. And your organization sits there and decides, okay, well, he really improved this year. We liked where he went, but he only won you 6 or 7 games, and you guys decide to pay him $50 million.
We're not paying him 50 million. I think we'll franchise tag him.
We franchise tag him, but I wouldn't be
Well,
happy
well,
about it.
Yeah.
just follow me down the rabbit hole here. Go.
Okay, let's go down the scenario.
Okay, this is how it would go because if you offer them a contract, you always have to up the previous one. That's what we know
Facts.
it as.
Facts.
Even though that's not the way it should be, that's what it is. So
Yeah.
Lamar has one playoff win and he has an MVP under his belt. Automatically, Lamar Jackson's getting 200 million. Justin Herbert yet has got his. Joe Burrow has yet to get his. Josh
Yes.
Allen has yet to get his. All these guys are sending these
No, Josh Allen's got his already.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, Josh Allen got paid last year.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's one less
Good.
guy.
That's
That's
true.
one less guy at
Yes,
least.
yes.
But
That's
still,
true.
there's a lot of them out there yet. Okay, so Lamar's going to garnish around 200 million. Joe Burrow is going to get a lot more than that because the motherfucker's already been
I
to a guy.
think I think Justin Herbert will break the bank.
Justin Herbert.
Herbert's going to get a massive
Well, that's what I'm
contract.
saying. It all depends on who goes first. If Joe Burrow goes second, dude, he's breaking it because Herbert has never been to a Super Bowl. Burrow has. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel you on that. Yes,
he means something. You're going to pay him for that productivity.
I feel you on that.
So therefore, Burrow's got to be the one to break it. If Herbert breaks Burrow, I'm going to be like, what the fuck just happened? Like, that's going to make me scratch my head a little bit because it's like, how's the guy that got to the Super Bowl making less than the guy who hasn't been to the playoffs yet?
Real fast, can I pause your scenario and
Yeah.
ask you a scenario within your scenario?
Mhm.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the
Oh,
Cardinals
no.
franchise, but
You're-
here's the thing. I know the president of the Cardinals, not personally. I know he's really well respected, and he's one of the a classy owner in without the 32. But when you talk about the Cardinals, this is not like a top five class organization. So are you really surprised they made a move like that? Like, are you really surprised that the Texans would trade Hopkins? Nothing against the Texans, but you really
That's
surprised?
Bill O'Brien being
No,
an
it's
idiot.
Bill O'Brien. That doesn't
It
surprise.
is, right? It's Bill O'Brien being an idiot. But my point is, like, when I look at the Cardinals, I'm not disrespecting them. I look at them as a middle of the pack team, kind of like the Vikings. I'm not talking about in the wins and the loss records. I'm talking about the Cowboys. Whether we hate it or we love them, they're a five-class organization. You know what I'm saying? The Giants, they're a five-class organization. When you look at the Cardinals, are they a five-class organization? So
Well,
even
I think what makes that though is the size of your football fan base. Like for instance, Philadelphia, the ones you're naming, Philadelphia, New York, we're all big football franchises. We come from cities, we come from big cities with big fans, and our
The
population.
NFC, the Eastern,
Yeah,
the Eastern states
and
have the biggest passion
Arizona,
fans.
Arizona is what we would call maybe like a medium-sized football fan base. Like they have a fan.
that's what I'm saying, right? And real fast, I'll let you continue. But like,
Yeah, no, you're good.
I
I
want to
like
just
where you're
mention
going
this
with it. I
because
like where you're going with it.
I do want to mention we do know, like, for those fans that's listening, because you guys, and thank you so much for listening to us. I do want to point out that we do know that the Cardinals have legacy. Well, I know that they're early on, they moved around different states a lot. We do know the Cardinals have legacy, but thank you for pointing that out. They're considered like a three star, maybe a 4-star organization, right? So for me, and I'll let you continue your scenario. I don't look at the move like as like, oh, like it would be a move that, like, they would kind of do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So that's my point though. But because you always are out paying somebody,
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Jones is going to get paid. Like if you guys would continue to go with him this following year, because you're like, all right, he made enough strive forward, he made enough progress. We've seen enough to show that he's making progress. But yeah, you're still paying him for his productivity, which the first 3 years, his rookie year, he had 22 touchdowns. And his next 2 years, he had 11. Now, granted, he was injured those 2 years sometimes. Well, both times actually. So that's
He's
why.
actually injured every season. He was even injured his rookie year too.
So that's my point. But you're paying him, and we would end up being that way too. Because if Hurts would win a playoff game, dude, we'd end up having to pay over 50 for Hurts because just of his productivity alone. And
I
that's
don't
what.
think so, dude. I honestly think that, like, quarterbacks like Daniel Jones, like Jalen Hurts, like these level quarterbacks, not to compare. I think obviously not to compare the two quarterbacks, but let's just do it. I think we're looking at a range between 35 and 42.
Not if Hurts wins a playoff game, we're fucking not. Because if Kyler Murray can garnish $50 million or 46.1 a year, and he's never won a playoff game, if Jalen Hurts wins a playoff game and Kyler Murray has yet to win one, he can garnish well over 50.
They're judging it off of a franchise versus franchise. Now that's a franchise move
But
that the
that's what
quarterback.
they do to sign players, bro. They look at other players' contracts, you
No,
know.
I do get that, and I do like your point here. But do you think that, like, if the Eagles offer Jalen Hurts 39 million, you think that Jalen Hurts will walk? I think Jalen Hurts signs.
I don't think he'll walk, but I guarantee you he's going to be like, nah, dog.
His agent's gonna look at Kyler Murray.
He's going to look at all these guys.
Dude,
If Justin Herbert would get paid and never, yeah, like
all
first,
these agents.
They're
are
all
gonna
looking
look
at
Kyler
Lamar
Murray's
Jackson
contract.
right now. They're all waiting for Lamar Jackson's contract to come out, and then that'll be the next barrier for when the next quarterback is getting ready to pay. So all eyes are on Lamar Jackson right now, what he's going to get paid as the next quarterback in line. It's always the next guy.
like for instance, say Justin Herbert comes out this year and he doesn't get to the playoffs, even with this team that he has. But Jalen Hurts makes it and he gets a playoff win. Justin Herbert, no matter what's getting paid next year. The Chargers aren't getting rid of him. They're going to pay big money for him. But yet Jalen Hurts is going to sit there with one playoff win over Justin Herbert, no matter how talented you think one is compared to the other, and be like, oh, yeah, I'll take 39. No, he fucking won't. He's going to be like, no, bro. I got this team to the playoffs 2 years fucking straight. I want my fucking money. That's something none of these guys have done.
It's something the organization is going to have to do. They're going to have to evaluate if when they make it to the playoffs, if Jalen Hurts has the type of skill set and has the type of upside, not only just getting to the playoffs, but he can be that guy that they can count on to maybe take him to the level beyond, being a first-round playoff team. That's the same thing with Daniel
And that's
Jones.
why I said, bro, he only needs one playoff win to do that. Because if he can get one, that means he can get two. If he can get two, that means he can get three. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can go in with that argument. Because that's other arguments these other quarterbacks don't have. That's what I'm trying to say. Not the fact that they're going to have to pay him that much. I'm not
Here's
saying
the thing: if you, I'm not always trying to play devil's advocate.
No,
so
you're good.
Forgive me if it feels
That's
like
what
that.
we're here for,
But,
bro.
absolutely. Okay, if you had even take the contract out the dirt right now, up for up. Cardinals call straight up. We want to trade Kyler Murray for Hurts right now, just up and up. Would you make that trade? Because as a Giants fan, absolutely.
Yeah, but see, you would make that, but you don't have Hurts on your roster. I do, and
No, I'm talking about Daniel Jones. I'll give up Daniel Jones
Yeah,
anytime on
exactly.
for Murray. We
Well-
use Webb as a backup.
I think a lot of Giants fans would do that.
I understand, but my whole thing is though, I get it.
Kyler Murray on a pedestal.
Kyler Murray
but-
might have a better arm than Jalen Hurts, but I don't know what Kyler Murray's leadership is like, and that means a lot to me because leadership in the locker room and how people.
But here's
do
the
it.
thing. I'm not trying to be rude here, but you're judging it from an outside source. The people who paid him know him on a day-to-day basis. It's easy to look at the media and have the media construe our the way our thought process.
Does make a good point.
You know,
I get that, but they also have in his contract that he has to study all fucking week. So what's that
No,
say?
they dropped that. They dropped that recently.
But did they?
Yeah, they just dropped it recently.
I know
It's
that's
caused
what
bad
they
press.
say. Did they?
And here's
That's my
the thing. If it goes down this route, because Jeff and you guys are absolutely right. These quarterbacks are gonna look at Lamar's contract, look at Kyler Murray's contract, at least their agents will, and try to fight for every single dime. And they probably will. These contracts will get bigger and bigger. And then 2025 and 2006 will come around, and then Patrick Mahomes will want to restructure for $70 million. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for sure, dude. Because, like I said, there's no reason Pat Mahomes shouldn't be the highest player. I mean, dude, he needs to be.
But that's the thing. Like that's the thing too. It's like
top.
you look at. I see your point. Like you look at Kyler Murray and you're looking at like how is he granted $50 million? But keep in mind, like just because you're the most talented player and you know this, it doesn't mean you get paid the most. If you look like someone like Eli Manning, Manning got paid a shit ton of money. And outside of Giants fans, like half the NFL is debating if he's worthy of a Hall of Fame spot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but that's what I'm trying to say, bro. When did we get to the point? And this is everybody. This isn't just Eagles. This isn't just Giants. This is everyone. When did we get to the point where we start paying fucking all-star money for mediocre quarterbacks? And I will throw Jalen Hurts in that conversation.
Because we've been in such a drought with quarterbacks lately. There haven't been a lot of game-changing quarterbacks that any team will pay money for even a guy that gives them somewhat a good upside.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
the point. We're at
That's
such
the
a
point. When
drought
you
when
look
it
at
comes to
someone like
quarterbacks.
Kyler Murray and you look what he brings to the table, that's a mini Lamar Jackson. You look around the National Football League,
We've
there's
lowered
very
our
many that
standards
can
when it
move
comes
like
to
that.
quarterback play.
They're like, that's something special. Like, we may not like him as a person, the way he practices, the way he carries himself, the way he throws the football, but we can't deny that Kyler Murray can get 10 yards in a blink of an eye.
Well, then obviously, then you will go with then you got to go with Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts is a mini Kyler Murray. In fact,
Jalen Hurts, exactly, right? So
Jalen
your
Hurts-
point is valid. When Jalen Hurts' contract is come around, Kyler Murray, yes, your point is valid because if you feel that way, then when Jalen Hurts' turn, his agent is going to be right up there trying to demand 45, 50 million. He'll be like, look what Arizona paid the guy. You know, why can't my guy get there, you know?
No, and that's
Zion,
that's
Zion, I'm going to say this to you. As we're obviously Giants fans. Do you agree with me on this? Daniel Jones would have to go out there this year and throw for what? 30, 35, maybe even close to 40 touchdowns have at least over like close to 4,000 yards passing, about 10 or like 15 interceptions max, and have to play at least 15, 16, 17 games this season and at least be in playoff contention. He has to do all of that to warrant another contract with the Giants, because if he doesn't do all that stuff, there's a good chance he's not here because of everything that's happened with this team before. Daniel Jones got to play his freaking ass off this year
He
to be
does,
called
and
to
I
get
do want to
anywhere near
say,
being
like,
paid that contract or getting even franchised.
I do want to say those.
Goes 6 or 7 wins, but he has over 4,000 yards passing and 28 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions. What do you do then?
I say, kid, look at put it this way:
Franchise him.
If Daniel Jones has 2,800 passing yards, say like 400 running yards, he has 20. Let's just say he ties his rookie record, so he has 22 touchdowns, but he has let's just say 22 and let's give him 5. He has 22 and 5. We're only 2,800 passing yards, right?
Not good enough for me.
I'm looking at it where we can take these stats, right, Jeff? And I'm looking at it, but what if what if every obviously it's the NFL. What if we're looking at a team like the Lions, right? Who just comes in and plays the heart out because they're like us. They're putting it together pretty good, it's trying to figure stuff out, see their identity, If he's in these games and he's not making these one reads and he's playing we see him go through all his reads. We see him audibling. We see him commanding that offense. We see him actually becoming an NFL quarterback before our eyes, and we're Giants fans like cheering for him. And maybe they're just really good defenses he's up against. Maybe you might consider it, but other than that, yes, he needs to have pretty good numbers if we're gonna have to.
Yeah, you have to remember too, Zion. This regime did not draft Daniel Jones, so that's playing against him too. This regime, Daniel Jones is not Brian Dable and Joe Schoen's guy. This is Dave Gettleman and Pat Shermer's guy.
Well, listen, and that's something we all three can agree on, and I'm pretty sure I won't get an argument out of Jordy or Slay when I say, or BLSG when I say this either. Is if Jalen Hurts comes out here this year, man, and he only wins 9 games and he only throws for like 32 to 3,500 yards and only like 18, 19 touchdowns. My ass is getting a new fucking quarterback next year. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't come out here and tie your record from last year. You have to get more. You have to be over.
Jameis Winston wasn't terrible for the Bucs, and they got rid of him for Tom Brady because they wanted to upgrade. They wanted to get something even better.
Here's the
Winston
thing.
was horrendous.
Hold on. What were you going to say, Jordy?
Yeah. So, first of all, on the Jalen Hurts thing, wins are a team stat. I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
That is a completely separate factor, and I think with how Philly did it, there were so many close games that it was like 1-score games. It was like those should be their separate little equation.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Hurts' stats, I don't necessarily care if he doesn't put up huge numbers, as long as I see him progress on the tape. If he can show that he's taken a step forward in a system that should take a step forward with a team around him that should be slowly building itself, that warrants at least another couple of years. And when it comes to paying him, you're going to have to give him big money regardless, because that's just how the QB market's gone. Over the past 10 years, look at how contracts have skyrocketed, because it's turned into a contest of, I bet I can get more money than you because my agent's going to fight for it. Because that's a lot of the driving force between big money is usually agents.
Yeah, but guys, let's not act like these guys don't share the same fucking agents, though. Like, a lot of them do. There's multiple agents with huge name people.
Just answer your question, Van City Raiders, about does it kill us
Yeah.
Giants fans we didn't have Mac Jones? No, it doesn't kill me at all.
This is the Giants fans.
No, I'm not killed at all. We didn't have Mac Jones.
It kills me that we could have had Justin Herbert, but he chose to go back to Oregon. That's what kills us.
Absolutely. And I'm the idiot that wanted Sam Darnold in the year we got Barkley. It hasn't worked out for anybody on that one. So we could have had Josh Allen.
That's true. I will fast though. I do like Jordy's point when he made about like, yes, you have to see them function in a system that is progressing. We got to see progression, right? Like if it was up to me, I was gonna make the point of Daniel Jones. I want to see Daniel Jones versus Tyrod Taylor for the position of starting quarterback. I don't want to just see them. Obviously, they named Daniel Jones, and we brought in Tyler Taylor as a better backup. But I want to see a competition. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm.
want to see who can win this. Obviously, we're trying to figure out. Obviously, we're trying to figure out if you have to pay Daniel Jones. So I get it. He needs to store it. But at the end of the day, us Giants fans, I'm looking at it at least like, wow, this is a bridge year anyway. Because if Daniel Jones doesn't perform, look at next year's draft. Look at the draft after that. I mean, like we got Cooper, we got all these. I'm watching the Elite Seven and all these young stud quarterbacks that's just hyping up
I've
their
been
names.
watching college football a lot
You
this year.
know,
Check out some of these quarterbacks.
exactly. Obviously they can get hurt before they even enter collegiate, and then into what top of what Jeff said, we got already collegiate quarterbacks coming up that is gonna just shake up the competition at quarterback realm. So when you look at all of our points we're trying to make is are you a team that willing to like throw in the house on your quarterback, because that's the game right now. The quarterbacks is the most highest paying position. They always will be, and they're making money now, and the skyrocket contracts like Jordy mentioned. Are you willing to throw money? Do you think you found the one? Obviously the Cardinals believe that they found the one, or do we believe that we have to go get one in 2023, 2024, 2025, where those quarterbacks are especially gonna change the game even more? It's gonna be
Yeah.
a young, when Aaron retires, when homie Tom Brady retires, when all these, Matt Ryan retires, not to put him on the same level as them, when Matthew Stafford
Zach
retires,
Wilson.
when all these old heads retire, it's gonna be a young man's game, and who's gonna be leading it? Patrick Mahomes, obviously, right? But is
Yeah.
there a quarterback like Justin Herbert that who knows that could be right next to Patrick Mahomes, or is there a quarterback that's not even playing in the National Football League, or who
I think the
knows?
Eagles are in
Is
I think the Eagles are in a good position because
exactly.
they have draft picks
Well,
next year to play
okay.
with.
I gotta get this off my chest. So, Jordy, real fast, I need you to clarify something for me. So if Jalen Hurts comes out here and he only throws for 3,800 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions, you're okay with that?
If there's a shown progression in the tape, and I can trust that he can be put in a good position to take a step forward, and in a position where I don't feel like the team around him has been letting everybody down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo.
I think Jalen Hurts if he becomes a better natural passing quarterback where he's able to stand in the pocket and make his passes without throwing it erratically or throwing it at a receiver's feet. I think you guys have something. I'm being brutally honest. I think if Jalen Hurts can improve on his passing part of his game because he has the natural ability. He has the upside where he's able to escape out of the pocket and make something out of nothing, similar to Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray and these guys. He has to develop as a passing quarterback. That's the one thing that everybody has been big proponents of Jalen Hurts' game that he needs
Deep ball
to fix.
accuracy needs
He
to
has to
improve.
become better as a quarterback.
No, and listen, I'm not trying to sound like a Jalen Hurts hater because I'm not. I hope this kid is my franchise quarterback going forward.
He has potential.
He does. He does.
I hope he proves everyone wrong, but you are right. He has to learn how to throw wide receivers open. He needs to learn to have better accuracy. He needs to learn everything, man, to be patient in the pocket and not get too antsy. Like, dude, just go out and just play ball. But he has to do this. This is something on him, and he needs to make those steps to go forward. And if he proves that to me, dude, shit, nothing's gonna hold me back. Stamp it. I'm good. But I have to have a realistic scenario too. There has to be one in there where, hey, he does come out and it just is mediocre. What do you do then? Because that scenario may happen or it could happen. Very unlikely, but it could. So what do you do then? In my eyes, if you come out with this team that we put on the field, who is very talented, and you only still win 9 games with them, I'm looking for a new quarterback. Shit, I'm firing everyone, and I'm coming with new coaches and quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's unacceptable, bro.
I could see it. I could see them doing that. And a lot of times with quarterbacks too, you can try really hard to fix like their mechanics in terms of their throwing and some of the things they do.
Yeah.
But a lot of the quarterbacks and players in general in the NFL, it's mental. Sometimes these guys have got to fix these things on their own, like with the Giants with Daniel Jones. One of the biggest problem with Daniel Jones is he holds on to the ball too much. He locks onto his primary or secondary receivers way too much without scanning the field.
Yeah.
That you cannot fix with mechanics from a quarterback's coach or from a head coach or for an offensive coordinator. That is something that a quarterback needs to learn on his own. He needs to be able to adjust that in his own mind, that when he has the pass rush coming at him, or even if he has the chance to scan the field, he's got to look at all his options and not just zero in on his first guy and be like, that's the guy I'm going to throw it to, because you know that safety, cornerback, linebacker, they're going to be looking right at the quarterback's eyes, and they're going to be going right to where that ball is going to be thrown to. And in terms of holding on to the ball, too, you got to know when to let the ball go or throw it away. And that's one of the biggest issues with Daniel Jones that he's still doing in practice right now for these first four times. And that's something that I don't care what Brian Dable has to do or what Mike Kapka or any of these guys have to do. With Shea Tierney, Daniel Jones has got to be able to do this on his own. And that's the same thing with Jalen Hurts. You can fix his mechanics and some of this stuff when it comes to like certain parts of the game. The quarterback has got to be able to do that on his own. It comes with like receivers too when they drop it. Jalen Rager's got to learn how to catch the ball. You can't fix those types of mechanics. They got to learn to catch. Darius Slayton, same thing. You got to learn how to catch. That's got to come on your own. Some things you just as a player, you
Here's the
have to
thing.
learn to fix it on your own.
Not to interrupt your great take, Jeff, but like you're a professional receiver. Wouldn't you think you don't have to learn how to catch? You could already catch, but not
Well,
for
it's
Slayton.
cerebral. It's cerebral. I mean, sometimes these guys, like when you start dropping a couple of passes, like it becomes repetitive. Like when the ball coming your way, I'm sure Jalen Rager has it. Like he's dropped it so much that anytime the ball's coming his way, he's like panicking a little bit. I'm like, am I going to catch the ball? Am I going to drop it?
Look,
Same thing with
man,
Darius Slayton.
this motherfucker's so bad now, he shuts his eyes to catch the ball.
Yeah, it's
It's the same thing with Darius Slayton.
He's so like Daniel Jones. He's so overwhelmed by the situation time after time and again. You put things in compartments in your mind and check it off as a checklist and do it boom 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 bam. I think he doesn't trust the people in front of him. Everything you mentioned, and it's kind of like he's overwhelmed by the situation, and it's like, yo, bro, like I think he just needs to like. I don't know what he needs to do personally, but hopefully he figures it out because
He's got no choice. He has to. He's playing for his Giants career.
Yeah.
Well, and all right. So his question was, who would you rather take, Zach Wilson or Daniel Jones?
I like Zach Wilson's upside a lot. So,
I think fucking bad last year though, dog.
His team was horrible too, though. I mean, the Jets were just as bad as the Giants. They were a disaster last year. But Zach Wilson
that doesn't excuse his shit, though.
Yeah, but he's going into his second year now, whereas Daniel Jones is going into his fourth. So I mean, Zach Wilson is going into his second full year as a quarterback, so he has a little bit of a leeway where we don't know what he is yet. Daniel Jones is going to his fourth year now. I mean, we should have an idea what the hell Daniel Jones is right now.
Yeah, but then again, like we said earlier in the month, bro, you guys really haven't done anything to fucking help this kid either.
But guess what? But it's the National Football League. Did the Cardinals do anything to help Josh Rosen?
Yeah, but bro, you can sit there and polish a turd all day long, but you can't fucking polish a turd.
Bro, he had 4 years, bro, and I'm not trying to be mean, but at the end of the day, Daniel Jones, homie, we seen you look at one receiver for 10 seconds.
I get it.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I get it. I do. I do.
You could have led the 2021 Giants better than Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, okay. My point though is like, if you would have thrown Daniel Jones on another team though, like, let's just put him in Carolina before all those guys were there, or now he would be down with the Saints right now. You know, say the Saints drafted him to be Drew Brees.
But we don't know. That's the thing about it. Like, we don't know.
You don't.
He hasn't shown us anything to think that he's gonna succeed on another team unless he gets pushed to a situation where he has one of the best O lines in the league. Like he, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to cut you off there.
No,
like, I want this kid to succeed, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just so tired of watching football games. Well, he's so excited, right? You get the ball, it's in the game, and you think he's gonna do something with it, and guess what? He does. And then guess what? I'm talking early on in his career. He throws an interception. Or guess what? He fumbles. And then let's generate into year 3. Then it's year 3, and then okay, look, he's getting better, but okay, now he's plagued by injuries. He makes a lot of stupid decisions. He doesn't see open
There's
receivers.
no more
There's so much
excuses with this,
space.
guys. If his receivers go down this year, oh well. If his offensive line doesn't play as well, oh well. It's what's true. There's no more excuses now. He doesn't have Dave Gettleman to
I
lean
ran
on
out of
anymore
excuses to
as his
give Daniel
GM.
Jones.
He
Jeff,
doesn't
it's
have
just
his
how you
GM to
said
lean on anymore. He doesn't have his head coaches that were there with him to lean on. Dave Gettleman, who drafted him, is not here. Joe Shane has no ties to Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
If Daniel Jones sucks or he doesn't show the type of progression that Joe Shane and Brian Dable are looking for, he could have a decent season, but we've all seen decent quarterbacks that have improved seasons still not come back with their team. Case in point, Jameis Winston, who was a decent quarterback with the Bucs, wasn't horrible, and they still moved on to him from him, and they picked up a Tom Brady who won him a Super Bowl. Jared Goff he's an okay quarterback. He brought them to a Super Bowl. But the Rams still thought Jared Goff was not going to get them to where they needed to be. So that's why they let him go and traded him for Matt Stafford. And what did Matt Stafford do? He won them a Super Bowl. Sometimes it doesn't matter. You look
And
for
what
a
facts,
guy
because
that you
I let
think
you
is
go,
going to
but
get you to the next level.
that's facts. Like if he's a real quarterbacks don't get into themselves and trip. He's in his mind and he's tripping. I'm not trying to be mean, but come on, like you don't trip if you're that guy. The guy
We have
doesn't trip.
quarterbacks that trip. Eli tripped a lot too. We have Giants
True,
quarterbacks that trip a lot.
It was
Yeah,
open
Daniel
field,
Jones that
Jeff.
tripped on that one scramble the one time.
Yeah,
It
but
was
you know what?
open
As much as
field,
Eagles
Jeff.
fans make fun of that, Daniel Jones also blew by your entire defense. And if it wasn't him tripping, he would have scored a touchdown.
That is
But he
true
was
though.
way past your defense.
And he
So
did score that touchdown because he got that point. You know what I'm saying? It
But
was
guess what? Daniel Jones
homie
didn't
that went
score
to
a touchdown.
Jacksonville
I
that
don't care. He
ruined
still
that
blew
game.
right by your entire defense. So
That is true.
I think Daniel Jones has intangibles that
He
could
does.
make him a good quarterback. It's
He does.
all in his head. That's
It's
the
all in his
problem
head.
with Daniel Jones. His cerebrally, he needs to fix what's going on in his head. If he
Get
can
rid of the
find a
demons.
way to get the ball out quicker to his receivers, and if he can find a way to stop panicking when the rush comes at him and stop locking on to his first read every friggin' second and scan the field for the open guy, Daniel Jones could be a pretty good quarterback because the guy has wheels. He has a nice deep ball, and it'd be nice if like his players around him actually stayed on the damn field. I mean, I know it's excuses, but it'd be nice if Kenny
He had a
Galladay
team?
and Kadarius Toney and Sterling Shepard and Saquon Barkley could actually stay on the friggin' field for longer than a game or two. But there's no more excuses. There's no more excuses with Daniel Jones. It does not matter this year. If players get hurt, oh freaking well. If he turns the ball over, oh freaking well. He has to go out there and actually have a good season this year. And I mean put up good stats and get this team into playoff contention for any chance of Daniel Jones coming back this year. Because they could win 7 or 8 games. And if Daniel Jones doesn't get the job done, goodbye. We'll look at him back in the draft.
Okay, check this out.
There's a dog.
What's up, further?
named Tyrod Taylor that's on the bench and hopping.
Yo, what's good?
Oh yeah, dude. No, I would hate to see Tyrod come in the game, dude. He'd actually be more worthy of being a threat than Daniel Jones.
There's a lot of Giants fans. There's a lot of Giants fans that want to see Tyrod Taylor. You'd be surprised. A lot of fans would like to see Tyrod Taylor play. They think he fits it more than Daniel Jones.
It might be a possibility, but no lie, man. Welcome further. Appreciate you, dog.
Sorry I'm late. I was helping make Jerry Lee an intro to your new Ghost show.
Oh yeah. No, I gotta check that out, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, I made 2. He didn't like he liked a little bit of the first one, but I didn't get exactly what he wanted, and then he explained a little bit better to me what he wanted. He wanted more of like a music video type vibe instead of like an unsolved mystery intro.
Yeah.
So, dude, you definitely got to check it out. Let me know, dude. It looks
We got 2 of
crazy.
the best in the game right here in terms of like making graphics and stuff with Further and Zion. Not a lot of people do better than like when it comes to these guys when it comes to graphics and music and stuff. We got 2 of the best right here.
For sure.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate that, bro.
No, all right. So, I just want to get your guys' opinion. This is not a labeling thing. This is not going to be a thing that's
Can I just answer his question real quickly? Van's question about Jones.
Yeah, for sure.
I understand like you might think that, but remember, this is the NFL. Maybe Daniel Jones, for some freaking odd reason, actually it clicks in his head, and he goes out there and has a great season, and he becomes a good quarterback. We don't know. I'm getting tired of these like outrageous predictions with like scheduling, and this team's going to be great, or this team's going to be suck, this player's going to suck. It's the NFL. You don't know who's going to be good, and you don't know who's going to suck until they actually get on the friggin' field and play.
That's why it's
So
the
I don't
best
want to hear
sport.
any
History
predictions
of
right now.
sports.
Daniel Jones could
My
be
bad.
great this year. We don't know.
No,
Jalen
you're-
Hurts could be great. You don't know. You have to let these guys go out there and actually play in the games before we can actually have our judgment. I'm not trying to like bash your question at all. I'm just giving you like I'm just being honest. Like we don't know what these guys are from what we hear and see in practice. We have to see it on the game field, and then we'll have a better idea on what these guys are like going forward. I'm sorry. Go ahead, guys.
No, my question. I have some quarterbacks here, and what we've seen a few of them already, but we've got to see them, and you can kind of to a point base what their ceiling is going to be. We'll put it. And I just kind of want to get your guys' point of view on a few of these young quarterbacks that we have in the league now, because they could go either way, honestly. But my first one, and I want you all to answer. My first one is Trevor Lawrence. You know, is this guy slated to be
I like to go first.
the future on this one, or is he going to possibly crumble?
I
Go ahead.
think I honestly believe in Goldilocks. I think Goldilocks was in a real bad situation last season. That whole situation was messed up.
Okay.
As much as I don't like what Doug Peterson did, and besides our playoff standards, I'm talking about your guys' players who put their bodies on the line every single day. Um, I hate what he did that last game of that one season, but at the end of the day, that's a Super Bowl winning coach. I think Trevor Lawrence is actually surrounded by a legit roster, soon to be legit. Still has pieces to work out, but a defense that's building, an offense that's building, young, great and good coaches. I think Trevor Lawrence is in a position where we can see Jacksonville competing in the next couple of years. And that's all lies into Trevor Lawrence. But I don't think he's gonna bust that fast. I think his name is forgotten about right now because of the improvements of all these quarterbacks at a rapid level, like a Herbert and like a Joe Burrow and stuff like that. But I think he will get his. You know.
Do you think he can be a top 10 quarterback, or do you get?
I think he has the possibilities. It's too early to tell. He hasn't really shown us anything. You can look at the stats and you can call it what it is, but everybody knows the situation. When you look at all these other legendary quarterbacks, the first couple of years wasn't the best, right?
Yeah.
You look at who he had around him. I mean, like these are coaches that was just trying to. Urban Meyer came out in week 3, came out saying, "I didn't know it was gonna be this hard." Like, bro, it's the NFL. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell are you thinking?
That's where I was gonna go with my point too.
He was a
That's where I was
joke.
gonna go.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna
so
go with
now
my
that he
point
has
with the.
a Super Bowl winning coach, I mean, like Doug
Yeah.
Peterson can coach the game of football. Whether you want the way you want to be, you guys got a statue outside of your damn stadium of the guy. Like,
I
you
don't
know what
want
I'm saying?
I don't
So
want to talk.
like, I think he has the possibilities to be a top 10. But we'll see what happens.
Let's be honest here. Trevor Lawrence was in a really bad situation last year with the joke that is known as Urban Meyer. And I think that Trevor Lawrence does have talent. And we have to remember there was a great quarterback named Peyton Manning who didn't start off his NFL career so great either. He was
True.
pretty bad and had a losing
John
record his
Elway.
first couple of years. John
Yep.
Elway. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for a quarterback to develop. And, some of them don't develop immediately. Maybe Trevor Lawrence could be a late bloomer when it comes to being, a top quarterback in this league. He had no favors last year. His offense was terrible. Urban Meyer was a friggin' disaster. I mean, the team really had nothing around him. This year, I think, with like you said, you put a Super Bowl winning coach who knows offensive football like Doug Peterson. You're getting back his teammate from college, Travis Etienne, which I think is going to help them. I still believe they have James Robinson, who's coming back from injury. You
Yep.
bring in a Christian Kirk. You have Laviska Chenault still there. They just improved their offensive line by getting Brandon Sheriff, who is one of the best guards in the NFL. You throw him in there, it's going to help out that offensive line. I think there's really a chance that Trevor Lawrence can actually become a good quarterback in this league. I mean, it's unfair that like a lot of people labeled him to be like the next Peyton Manning or the next Andrew Luck. You know, put a lot of expectations on this kid to start before he even started his career. But I think he's got the talent to become a very good quarterback. It just might take a little bit of time for him and that Jacksonville Jaguars team to, get the talent around him and develop, into what we think he could be. I think that he could be maybe close to a top 10 quarterback, or maybe he could be a top 10 quarterback. It just might take a little bit of time while Jacksonville puts a team around him, and he gets the Doug Peterson get the most out of him going forward. So,
Okay,
I think
so
he could.
maybe my easier question from here on out on this one is: does anyone disagree with these two men? With the takes on Trevor Lawrence, I would speak fast. Jordy,
I mean, I can't disagree with either one between Jeff and Zion.
Okay, Jordy.
Trevor Lawrence speed.
Well, we're talking about Trevor Lawrence, like I'm talking futuristic here. Just having fun with it. It's just opinion. But how you guys see him? Like, do you think he can make it work in Jacksonville? And does he have the capability of being a top 10, or is he just going to be like an average winning quarterback?
I think he can do it. It's more about how the organization handles moving on from Urban Meyer, because that situation should knock Trevor back to, you're not at Clemson. You're not the golden boy you were. You're starting back from the bottom, and I'm hoping he realized that, because that's the first step of coming out of a big college, is you realize, oh, I'm back where I started again.
Mhm.
So it's a thing of, you've got to earn your keep.
Sure.
Look at the roster that they're starting to build around him, from Kirk to Chenault to even Marvin Jones Jr. is still there, Zay Jones, and even some of the tight end depth and
Robinson.
a decent defense to back him up. They've got somewhat of the roster. It's just about figuring out how to make it all work with the right coaches. Is Doug Peterson that guy to do the coaching? I don't know. I want to see what he can do without those coordinators that helped him so dearly in Philly before I can tell you he's what he was in Philly. Because I think that was a right situation, right time. Because I think Philly was the right combination of lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
But I can't say for sure.
I like that. Good
That's
point.
a great point.
No, dude, and honestly, I think Dougie P has all the tools in the making to be the best coach Jacksonville's ever had. I mean, you
Hey,
see,
hold up, Tom Coughlin.
huh?
Sorry, I said Tom Coughlin.
He was a manager, wasn't he?
No, he was a coach before he was coach the Giants.
Oh, well, still, I mean, he does have he does have the possibility to do it. I mean, if he starts having a winning record and he goes crazy over there. But what I like about Dougie picking there is that showed me one thing. He has the balls to create his own legacy. He's not jumping off of somebody else. He didn't go to like any organization that was winning. If Jacksonville starts winning, it's because of Dougie P. It's not because of somebody before him. It's not because of success before him, because they haven't won. You know what I mean? So if they start winning, they start looking good, that's all on Dougie P. And so I respect him doing that, man.
What if hypothetical, like it could happen, What if by 2030, Doug Peterson wins the Super Bowl in Jacksonville? He'll go down there.
He'd be king. He'd be king.
Oh, they erect a statue of him in Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah.
They would make a statue of Doug Peterson in Jacksonville for winning a Super Bowl. Like in Philly, they made a statue of Nick Foles for winning the Super Bowl because then he became Super Bowl MVP.
There would be three statues that'd be erected by Jacksonville. It would be one of Trevor Lawrence, Doug Peterson, and because Tony Khan's a wrestling fan with AEW, CM Punk. Those are the three statues you see erected over there.
All right, so now that we all agree on that one, that was a pretty good one because I actually have a lot of faith in Dougie P. I think he's going to do good things.
I think Lawrence is going to surprise people this year on how good he actually
I do
is.
too.
Yeah. So let's jump north a little bit. This one's a tough one, and I contemplate with it because I believe this kid has all the talent in the world, and that makes me sick saying it because fuck him. But I think he's very, very talented. Chicago Bears.
Justin
Justin.
Fields.
I
feel so bad for this kid. I feel
Oh,
so
my
bad
boy.
for this kid.
My boy at Ohio State. Yes, sir.
I feel so bad for the kid, bro.
I think this kid is in a
bro.
shitty situation.
He's got great talent all over, dude. And I hate saying it because I'm a Penn State fan, but he is good. But
We are Ohio State.
damn, did that kid fall in a really fucked up situation over there? I'm not even.
He's actually an Ohio State quarterback that has pretty good upside, and we know that Ohio State is one of the worst franchises when it comes to churning out NFL quarterbacks. And Justin Fields has talent. He's just, what the hell does he have there?
He has
a
nothing,
new coaching. He has a new coaches, a new regime. He's got no offensive line. Their offensive line sucks. He's got Montgomery, who's a good running back. I mean, is Tariq Cohen even on the team anymore? They let him go. I think he's a free agent. They have Darnell Mooney, who is a good receiver, but I mean, he's really nothing like that. They had to go out there and get freaking Keneal Herring from the defense because
Hey, isn't Jason Peters still their left tackle at 42 years old?
No, I believe it's Eldrin Jenkins, the kids they drafted last year who missed like half the season.
Well, JP didn't retire yet, and he's still with them. That's all I'm saying.
I think he's a guard now. He might be playing guard.
So that's why
I feel so bad for this kid. He's got talent, but Jesus, he in a bad. He might be on the worst team this year, and the problem is he's going to get evaluated for how he plays. When if the team is probably not going to be good, and it's not going to be all of Justin Fields' fault. That's a quarterback you actually feel for because this kid can do everything he can to make that Bears offense look somewhat average. At best, they're going to try to make that team look average. And their team's going to suck, and then he's going to get some of the blame for it, very unwarranted. But it's the NFL. Sometimes you just drop in a very unfortunate situation, and it sucks for the kid because I think the kid has talent, but he's just not going to be able to go anywhere with that franchise, and they're going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL for probably the next few years. They got a lot of rebuilding because they traded all their guys away. All their good players they got rid of.
If I was him, bro, I would try and force my way out somehow. He has to save himself, dude. He's gonna die there. He's gonna die like that, dude. Did you see that hit he took last year in his first game? The one where his helmet flew off.
Yeah.
God, they're gonna kill him.
There's a scenario where the Bears we all think are going to be a top 3, top 5 in the lottery next year. We all believe that. That means you're in line to get yourself a franchise quarterback. If Justin Fields shows you guys anything this year, would you be opposed to possibly having Justin Fields there for his third season and still drafting a quarterback, and then you have 2 quarterbacks to play with for a year at least, and then you can decide what you want to do going forward? Or would you automatically be like, if we get a chance to get a top 5 quarterback or a top 3 pick, and we can get one of these quarterbacks, and these guys in the college football, whether it's Young or Van Dyke or Stroud or one of these guys actually shows out.
Yeah, but you're just setting them up to fail, bro.
I understand that, but it's like, would you trade somebody? Would you trade somebody that young?
Yeah, but if you have a talent like Justin Fields, bro, with that 3rd overall pick, go get an offensive lineman. Show him you're trying to build around. Grab some offensive linemen in free agency.
Quarterback's tough. Quarterback is tough because they always want to go and find that franchise quarterback.
Here's the thing, Jeff. Real fast.
And you put them in next year, you're only putting them into the same torture you just took Justin Fields out of.
You gotta understand.
No, I get that. I get
it that Chicago went to a rebuild and coaching staff and stuff like that. So maybe they're not same how Joe Shane may not hold value on Daniel Jones. But here's the thing. With the situation is they were gifted him by us, basically, right? With that whole trade.
Oh, yeah.
They wasn't in any position to draft him because so they got him through us. So at the end of the day, you already went through all that effort to bring the kid in. Why not? And what we all talk about, like the kid shows talent. He shows that he could be something. Why not? What Eagle said. Why would you waste your time and energy of you guys did? You guys clearly got him at an opportunity pick. So now you jump to reach him. You didn't build the team around him. You jumped to get him because the opportunity opposed itself. So now you got him. So now you took the step what the Giants did. We took Daniel Jones when he didn't have an O line. Exactly what the Bears just did. And we don't even know if we still have an O line. But the long story short is, now that you have your quarterback, build a damn team around him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No,
like no,
I agree. I
like
agree. I'm
no
with
lie,
you.
dude. If Justin Fields plays this year, obviously he's playing, and when they get crushed and they end up with that pick, and if you would have to trade, and if you trade him away and you grab a new guy, aren't you just setting your franchise back even further?
No, absolutely. You are setting your franchise back further. I mean, I'm just. You also have to go up to the point where, once again, this regime did not draft Justin Fields, so they might think that maybe Justin Fields is not their guy. As crazy as that might sound, and we have seen it in the NFL, where new regimes come in and they want their guy, even when this kid might show some upside that he could be the guy in that team. Every single new regime we know for a fact wants their own quarterback. They want to draft their own guy.
That is
So if
true.
Justin Fields doesn't show the upside that they think that they might look for in their quarterback, there's not out of the equation. I'm telling you right now, it's not out of the equation. They look for their guy in this coming draft. I'm telling you,
I,
it's
I,
I,
not
I
out of the
understand
I'm
equation.
that,
gonna be
but
honest.
I don't know how this general manager and this head coach at the end of the year can truly look at anything that happens to them this season and say it's Justin Fields'
That's
fault.
exactly my point. It's exactly the situation we just been in. Like any legit general manager will look at the
Thanks for
situation.
coming in,
Even
BLA.
with our owner, when our
Take it
owner
easy,
took the
BLG.
pedestal and said we haven't give Daniel Jones a chance. Like no matter who regime came in, like they're not gonna look at it and be like, "Yo, it's Justin Fields' fault," because Justin Fields gonna be putting his body on. Because Justin Fields, he's a baller. He's gonna be putting his body on the line to get every single inch. And when you look at that, they're gonna look at well, how can we surround him? They're gonna be scouting players on how can we surround him. Now, your point is not valid. Yes, it's the Chicago Bears. They can go out, they can fall in love with a quarterback, they could select a quarterback, they could trade Justin Fields. That could happen. But I honestly think they're closer at getting the number one pick and then trading out of the number one pick to acquire more picks to surround him with more rippons.
Well,
Facts, yeah.
that's what you just said, which is smart. Because if they really believe in Justin Fields, like you said, you can get a king ransom for like one of those top picks, and they can get themselves multiple good players if they really 100% believe Justin Fields is that guy that they want to have leading their franchise going forward. But
Oh,
they have to be convinced.
it just
So
hit me
I would
too.
keep him. I would keep him too.
It just hit me too. You said Montgomery, bro. No, they don't have Montgomery. Remember, he popped his fucking ACL on live while he was working out last month. Remember?
No, I didn't hear he got hurt.
He tore his fucking AC. Their halfback, Montgomery, right?
I thought it was Tariq Cohen that got hurt
Oh no,
again.
that was Cohen. Sorry. Yeah.
Montgomery's okay. Cohen got hurt.
Yeah.
You think he was a free agent and he tore his ACL.
Oh, he was a free man. They let
Yeah,
him. Oh,
he was a
I thought he
free
was still
agent at the
there.
time.
My bad.
No, he was a free agent at the time, and then he got hurt when he was working out. But no, they still have Montgomery, and he's a good back. But
Anytime, Van. So
I
you're always welcome.
take it easy. It was good talking with you, Van, and
All
we
right, that's
appreciate
it.
it. Make sure you sub up to all these great content creators too, Van, if you haven't already. Our names of the channels are right on the bottom of our screen. So thank you very much for coming. But I would not. I'm not saying I disagree with you guys say. I really am not disagreeing with you at all. We just don't know what those
Yeah.
what the coaches and everybody really think of Justin Fields. We don't know. Maybe they just don't believe 100% that Justin Fields is their guy. I
Yeah.
think the guy deserves a chance, but we're just coming from a fan's perspective and what we see and what we think the kid is just going to be going through.
For
The
sure.
GM and the coaches might be thinking that they have a chance to get themselves a quarterback that just might be can't miss in next year's draft. So you
That's
have to
why.
think about that. That's why it's an open-ended question. So we really
That's
don't know.
true.
If Justin Fields goes out there and balls and convinces, I don't know who their GM is, and I believe Elbrus is their coach, I believe. If he goes out there and proves that he is their guy, then yeah, I could easily see a scenario what you guys were saying before, where a team wants to come up for one of those quarterbacks, and the Bears can get a king's ransom, get him some offensive line help, get him maybe a prime receiver, maybe a running back in the middle of the first round. Get him some guys around there and surround that team with a bunch of players that you can get in the draft. It's all really dependent on what that regime really thinks of Justin Fields, and they'll get a good evaluation this year. Fair enough, but it's the NFL.
You know what's really hard about that, though, bro? That really, really sucks. You're never going to get that fair evaluation. Like, and in all honesty, they are going to be really fucking bad. Like, they have done this kid no favors at all whatsoever.
No.
I mean, hell, just getting rid of Khalil Mack alone fucking hurt that defense dramatically.
They
You
killed
know?
their whole defense. They got rid of Hicks. They got rid of Trevathan. They
Yeah,
got rid of Kamara.
they
They got rid of
demolished
Fuller.
it
They
all.
killed the whole
They
defense.
demolished it all. And that's what I'm saying. You did this kid no favors. You're not going to be able to properly, grade this kid. No matter what you do, like
Yo,
you've
what
given
if
nothing.
I'm
You've
starting to
given,
laugh, but like,
you
what
know.
if Justin Fields comes out and just, and I get it, the Texans
Oh,
got a better
dude, I
team.
know where you're
But what
going
if
with.
he comes out and just pulls the Deshaun Watson, like just balls?
I would fucking. Oh my god.
What if Darnell Mooney becomes a household name as a receiver this
That's what
year?
I'm
What if he
saying. What if the
balls
Bears
out?
actually come out here
That's
and
the
ball?
question we asked before, though, Zion, about when it was asked about Daniel Jones. We don't know. It's the NFL. Justin Fields could be great
Yeah.
this year. The Bears could be better than we ever thought. We don't know.
I would. I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie though, bro. I'd be scratching my head wondering how the fuck though. I'm not gonna lie. If Chicago balls out and they go 7-0 to start the season, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck did we do
Boy,
wrong?
they come out here beating.
And that defense has nobody left. They have nobody left except Eddie Jackson and Roquan Smith, who's holding out right now for a new contract. That defense has nobody. They got rid of Goldman. They got rid of Hicks. They got rid of Trevathan. They got rid of Amukamara, Fuller. Everybody that was a known Mac. Anybody that they still have Robert Quinn, but I heard they were thinking about trading him. Everybody that's a well-known name that was part of that great Bears defense a couple of years ago, they're all pretty much gone. And who knows if Roquan Smith is even going to play. He can friggin' hold out this year if he wants. And he's a good linebacker when he's actually in there. But
I'm not calling you out, bro. We're just having a football conversation, so it's all respect. But I understand what you're talking about with Khalil. Like he might be taking steps and degressing, but he's still effective. Like
he doesn't have to be the number one pass rusher
yeah,
anymore. He's got Joey
still
Bosa.
have to know he's out there, and when he's out there, you have to watch for him. And that's a lot of pressure off of people in Chicago, and they don't have that anymore. That's the only thing. Like, it's just tough.
Not only that, but even though he's not even even though he's the shot of what he used to be, one thing that didn't fail is and actually improved is the knowledge and the mental of the game and him being there as a teacher to these young guys.
True.
Absolutely. And he doesn't have to perform like what he used to do. He's got Joey Bosa on the other side that's going to be attracting more of that attention. Same thing with the Raiders. Chandler Jones is getting up there in age too, but you have friggin' Max Crosby who's turned into like an absolute monster over there. So Chandler Jones is going to get a little bit less of the coverage and the attention because you got that beast on the other side. So I mean, I think it's going to help out guys like Khalil Mack and Chandler Jones who are up there in age and maybe aren't the same players they were in the past because you got beasts on the other side that other teams are going to have to worry about more, and it's going to give those one-on-one opportunities for Khalil Mack to take advantage of, even at his age right now with injury issues, or Chandler Jones too, which is the same thing. So it's like it helps out those guys that they have another guy opposite of them that's going to take up all that attention where they don't have to be that all-pro defensive end that they were necessarily in their primes. So it does help them. You got another guy.
Which Bosa, Van?
I love both of them, but I think I might like Nick better than Joey. and it's very close. But I love Nick Bosa's game. I love Nick Bosa.
You know who I absolutely like? He's a beast, but like he's so underrated because he plays for a small market team. Brian Burns.
Oh,
Joey?
Carolina, yeah, Burns is good.
Yeah, Brian Burns is a monster.
No, I think. Listen, dude. Like,
So Shaq
let's talk brothers in football real quick. You know
The Watt
that.
brothers.
All right, yeah. Like, you look at this. You said you would take Nick over Joey. Van says he would take Nick over Joey. He was talking Joey. You know, it's really funny because a lot of people would say Joey was the bigger brother coming out. You know, like in the draft, like a lot of people knew and wanted Joey, and a lot of people who knew who Nick was, but Joey was definitely probably the higher one. You know what I mean? But now you look at JJ Watt, dude. He was a very big force to be reckoned with there at the beginning of his career, and then the injuries took hold. But I can sit here and I would take TJ Watt over JJ any fucking day. And I'm telling you now. So I don't know, bro. Like, it's weird how it works because each brother, you know, one was always presumed to be better than the other, but the little brother always seemed to prevail. It's really funny because, dude, I will take. I'm sorry, man. I don't know how y'all feel. You can go if you want, but I will take TJ over JJ any fucking day.
That's so tough, AK,
That's tough,
because
man.
when in his prime, JJ Watt was friggin'
Yeah,
awesome.
JJ was a
I mean,
monster.
he was really good.
Yeah, but has JJ ever gotten 22 and a half sacks? Has JJ ever
Different players. JJ Watt was more of a defensive end / defensive tackle, while Joey Bosa was more of an outside linebacker.
I know, but that matters to me. The sacks matter.
It does matter, but it's easier to get more sacks as an outside linebacker, and now in the NFL nowadays compared to the defensive line, where you're more about just being a straight up, you know, defense. And look what JJ. You know what also helps out TJ Watt? He's got that monster named Cam Hayward on that defensive line, who's pretty damn freaking good too. I mean, Cam Hayward is really good, and he doesn't get as much love as he does.
Man, but you can't take away 22 and a half fucking.
No, I'm never gonna take away. I'm never gonna take away with TJ. Maybe a lot of people just don't remember how good JJ Watt was.
Oh, I remember, bro. But TJ Watt is a little version of JJ, but
You gotta understand that Jeff's point. Like I get that. I'm not saying you're wrong.
He's a multiple defensive player of the year. JJ Watt
But here's the thing, Eagles. JJ Watt had a defense to play on. I mean, sorry, TJ Watt has a defense to play with and play on. JJ Watt was the defense for the Texans.
Yeah, Clowney was overrated. Cushing was never that good.
That's all they had.
Whitney Merciless was injured more than he's actually on the field. Their secondary was okay. When you think about the Texans defense or the Texans team in general, you might think of Deshaun Watson, but it was always JJ Watt. That guy was phenomenal in his prime.
He had to do his position and then other people's position. Where TJ, obviously TJ could surpass him in his career, and by the looks of it, he's damn near on the right track, you know. But at the end of the day, like TJ had so much, he just had to focus on his position. Whereas in his older brother had to focus on his position, the position behind him, the position in front of him.
I mean, you're picking straws here.
Whoa. You can't fucking put that on TJ though. That's just
I'm not putting it on TJ. What I'm trying to say is that
to the right team at the right time.
I wasn't trying to put that on him. I was trying to put the point is a lot of people. I'm not saying you forgot, but I'm just saying a lot of people forgot how good JJ was in his prime.
That's true, yeah. And I mean,
I get it.
JJ Watt was really, really good. Like when GJ, before he even came in the league, JJ Watt was a household name and was a defensive player of the year every single year. He was up there as a defensive player of the year candidate. With the Aaron Donalds, with these other guys, he was always up there as a defensive player this year. This guy wreaked havoc on games. Zion and I know better. He killed us that one game a couple of years ago. JJ Watt wrecked that game by himself. That's how good he was.
And I get it. get it.
TJ's on the right track, and I
I'm
agree with your point
not
as well.
trying to disrespect JJ. I know the man's a legend. I love JJ. I loved watching him play. I'm just saying, bro, TJ's on a whole nother fucking level. I'm sorry, but he is. He really fucking is.
You're really choosing straws, to be honest. I mean, when
That's true.
JJ was
That's true,
healthy,
though.
when JJ was healthy, man, you maybe we don't remember as well. JJ was on that level that TJ's on right now. JJ was that good. Like he was that good in the league when he was. It's always been injuries. Injuries killed JJ Watt's career. If this
That's
guy
fact.
stayed healthy, JJ Watt could be a potential Hall of Famer with the resume he was building over there in Houston. He was always one of the best defensive players in football. When you always thought about like what TJ is now, a few years ago, JJ Watt was that guy. Everybody was talking about JJ Watt being one of the best defensive players of the year. And it's just a shame that injuries wrecked his career because he
I
was
know,
great.
but
It's picking straws. I'm being honest. You're picking straws with the two of them.
dude, I'm just saying though, the highest JJ's got was 16. The highest TJ has.
That's 22, he
That
said.
shit
I love
matters to
it.
me, bro. Trust me, I'm telling you right now, this kid gets over 22 and a half sacks.
What's their career sacks? What's their career sacks overall?
22 and a half with LT.
No, I mean like overall in the career, like overall sack numbers every year they put in the league.
That was only TJ Watt's second year. Of course, JJ's going to have
I
more
thought
rate.
TJ's been in the league longer than 2 years.
Oh, sorry, this is his third. That was his third year last year. He's going into his fourth year.
How many sacks does JJ Watt have in his career?
I don't. The last year was 22 and a half. I don't know what it was before
No,
that.
JJ. How many
think if
specific
you're,
career sacks does JJ have?
What is it? 95.
Dude, that for a defensive tackle / defensive end got 95 sacks. Holy crap, that's good.
I'm not for certain on that. I'm just spitballing there. I don't know.
Yeah, let me look it up. But here's
That's
the thing.
really
Whether
good.
it be TJ or whether it be JJ, imagine being the father.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
yeah,
yeah.
dude, you can sell your sperm for millions of dollars.
I mean, Derek Watt was a pretty good fullback in the league for Pittsburgh. So I mean, the
Oh,
Watts had a really good family of
legacy,
athletes.
And that's why I thought JJ was going to go to Pittsburgh that last offseason, because I was like, bro, if you would put JJ right next to his fucking brother and let him line right up next to him, that would be the deadliest left side you've ever seen.
Not only that, you have all them on the same
JJ
team.
has 102
Exactly.
sacks.
Dude,
102
that's impressive.
26 forced fumbles.
Wait, what was it?
102 sacks.
102.
That's good.
26 forced fumbles, 16 recoveries, 5-time All-Pro.
Okay, and how many years
Sorry,
is
5 times Pro Bowl. But yeah, he played much better.
how many years is that, Zion?
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's about 11 to 12 years. But keep in mind, 2016 he played 3 games. So 17 he played 5 games. 2019 8 games. You know, so yeah. I mean, like, to be honest, like he did get 20.5 sacks his second year in the league, and he did get 20.5 sacks his fourth year in the league. Followed that back up with a 17.5 sack. Yeah, he did. Like this guy,
that's why I'm saying JJ
and
Watt was phenomenal in his time, and he's not an outside linebacker or defensive end. This guy was a defensive tackle that did this.
Real fast too. Like I just want to point out too. Like I'm not being biased because I'm a Giants fan, but I followed players, and then when other players retired, I became a biggest fan. Like right now, my favorite player in the league obviously is Aaron Donald, and outside of that, prior to him was T.J. Watt, and prior to T.J. Watt was obviously Luke Kuechly, and then prior to him was obviously Ray Lewis and Troy Polamalu.
Okay, hey, real quick, can I say something? All right, I was a little bit wrong on TJ. TJ is in his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th year, right?
Mm-hmm.
This kid is already at 72 sacks.
That's crazy.
He's going to pass J.J. Watt in the next 3 years. All right, listen to this. His rookie.
If he stays healthy, injuries can factor.
Yeah,
all right, but listen, his rookie year, 7 sacks. His second year, 13. His third year, 14 and a half. 2020, 15 sacks, and last year, 22 and a half. He has 72 sacks altogether. He has 4 interceptions, and I don't know the strip sacks. I haven't looked at that yet, but he has 72 sacks in 5 years. 5 years. That's incredible, bro. Incredible.
I know it's incredible, but look at J.J. Watt's stats before he missed all those games and how incredible his was too. They're both.
I get it, but he's about to break 105 in 3 years.
How much
But you
does he
have
have?
to
How much does
think.
he have?
Huh?
How much does he have?
72.
You know what's funny? If you add it up, JJ Watt has 72 too in his first 5 years. And I'm not.
That's crazy, dude. That's fucking
I'm
crazy.
telling you,
That's crazy, right?
J.J.
And I
Watt
just
was
brought
a
that point out because
monster.
I think
No,
TJ Watt
I've never said JJ wasn't,
Yeah,
bro. I'm just
absolutely. I
saying
think
from athleticism, from skill point, from speed, from how much motor TJ has, dude. There's no give up in this man. I've watched it.
J.J. was that too.
honestly,
Yeah,
I wanted to
but
say this. Like we could go on all night, but at the end of the day, like we just think that they're both from the same bloodline. So
yeah,
it's picking straws, you know.
Scary.
I just think that no matter if it's TJ or JJ in their prime, and obviously TJ's in his prime right now, and who knows, as the AK read the numbers, he's increasing in sacks per year. Does he
oh
break
yeah,
it next year? You know what I'm
I
saying?
believe
So,
he gets
man,
20
this is such
sacks.
a
He has to stay healthy. He's got to
If
stay
he,
healthy.
if he's healthy, bro, watch he puts up 25 sacks. Mark my
that'd be
words.
crazy.
I mean, because Zion just said it before. JJ was on that level too when he was healthy, and then the injuries started coming around, and that's why you saw the production start to drop. You have to
Yeah.
hope that TJ can stay healthy because we all know in the NFL, injuries can always pop up when you least expect it. And who knows, maybe TJ has that same issue that his brother did when he was in the league. So, but
Let's hope
the only
not,
reason
though.
why I
Let's hope
said
not.
that is because I think the positional difference is a little bit of a factor because it's easier for the position that TJ plays for a guy to get more sacks when you're strictly going off the edge, rushing the passer. Whereas JJ was also known as a defensive, he played defensive end / defensive tackle. We had to play that run game a lot too. So he wasn't able to just strictly be a pass rusher. He was a pass rusher and a run stopper. But I'm not discounting what TJ's
If I'm
doing.
not
TJ
mistaken,
is freaking phenomenal too. Both of
if,
them, I love them.
if I'm not mistaken, didn't the Texans play in a 4-3?
I think they played a 3-4 as well. I think they played a 3-4. Yeah, I believe they played a 3-4 and a 4.
Yeah, because Pittsburgh plays a 3-4. So okay, I was just
Yeah.
wondering.
I mean, we're really picking what's that catchphrase drawing hairs or something.
Drawing straws. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
we're
drawing.
really drawing straws. Both these
No,
guys
I
are Hall of
get
Fame
it.
caliber
I'm just
players.
saying. I don't know. There's just something really, really phenomenal.
And I just want to say this real fast too, Eagles.
Yeah.
Just that pitch right there, like you're drawing straws. So like
Yeah.
you don't have to apologize because it's not like you're forgetting how good JJ was. It's just
Yeah.
that TJ's right up there on his level. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Yeah, no, like I said, it's just how he plays that I overall dig. You know,
JJ, I'm telling you, bro. JJ was the same thing.
and I know
his
that.
nose would bleed every time he got hit. He was always had that caption of his nose busted open all the time.
Oh yeah,
After
no,
every play.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, I just prefer TJ's play style. Like,
I like both of them.
I
yeah,
honestly prefer JJ. JJ was just something different every
cool.
time he played. I
But
love them both. I
just
take either one on my team.
I don't even know if there's any other player out there right now that you can even compare that to. 72 sacks in 5 years. I don't even think anyone's done that since him right now. Is anyone even close to that?
What has Aaron Donald done?
Aaron Donald.
No, in 5 years though. Like I'm
That's
saying.
what I mean. What has Aaron Donald done?
Probably Aaron Donald.
I don't know.
Miles Garrett's probably close too.
Miles Garrett's had ridiculous
Garrett's a
career
monster.
too. I mean, that's the only guy I could say is in that TJ Watt level is Miles Garrett.
All right. Yeah, so right here, let's add it up. So you got 11, so that's 22 plus 8, that is 30 plus 20.5, that is 40. That's 49.5 in his first 5 years for Aaron Donald.
And for him, it wasn't even just sacks. That guy is just a
Yeah, that guy's a monster. Let's go look up Miles
He's
Garrett.
something different. You want me to be honest,
49.5 for Aaron Donald, and then let's look up Miles Garrett.
AK, you want me to be honest?
What?
I'm taking Aaron Donald over both the Watts. Not even hesitating.
Sacks.
I'm taking Aaron Donald.
Well, let me ask this question then. Would we say that the Watt brothers are the most
And then Miles Garrett got 58.5 sacks.
Yeah, Miles Garrett's sick too.
Does would you say the Watt brothers are probably the most dynamic ones in the NFL?
In
You
terms
can't
of what
forget about the
brothers?
Diggs. I
The
know he plays for the
Bosas.
Cowboys, but I
No,
mean,
I
like,
know, but I mean, who
yeah, I would say, I would
are the
say so.
best
I say
brother
put them
duo?
together, TJ and JJ, outside of obviously Eli and Peyton, and obviously there's been some other great ones.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm not trying to forget
I
about
put the
all these
Bosas up there too.
brothers that plays, but Bosa's are up there. Yeah, TJ, JJ, and the Bosas.
I could actually agree with what Rylan said. I can
No,
say
I
that
agree with that.
a
No,
defensive tackle. He's the greatest defensive tackle I think in the NFL's history.
Aaron
He's
Donald
that
might
good.
be the greatest defensive player of all
No, no, no,
time.
no. That's LT.
No,
I'm not
that's
even
not
being
true.
biased. It's LT.
That's Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor is the
Well, see,
greatest defensive
actually,
He
tackle.
played defense. Lawrence Taylor played
And Reggie
defense.
White second.
I kind of disagree with the Aaron Donald being the best of all time statement,
No.
but
At his
that's
position, yes.
their own. I mean, there's plenty of people out there who put Warren Sapp in that argument. There's people out there who put Vince Wilfork in that argument.
John Randall.
John Randall, like, dude, there is some great
Bruce
fucking
Smith.
tackles out there. I get Aaron Darnold is a freak, but I mean, Warren Sapp was a freak of his own. I mean, it wasn't just the pass game; he was a freak in the fucking run game. You know, like, and then Will Fork, he was just a shutdown middle guy altogether. Like, he was so big, he took up everything. Like, you couldn't
Yeah.
get, you know. So to each their own. Everybody's going to have a different opinion on that, but.
Absolutely.
Don't forget Alan Page.
Alan Page,
True.
yeah.
Alan Page was another one. Yeah.
You know, so
I think
it's
John
hard,
Randall's up there too.
hard to say that. No, I will say this: Aaron Darnold is the best in our time.
Keep in mind too. Aaron Donald. I just looked it up. I didn't even know this. He's been streaking. He's on a 7 times first team All Pro. So if he,
Yeah,
he's
Yeah.
streaking, he's about to win 8 All Pros in a row.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's something different. I mean,
Incredible.
there's really not been a lot of NFL players that have come into the league that have been as consistent and as good as Aaron Donald. Plus, the guy, you know what the guy
People
also
don't
does?
even win one
He's
All Pro.
healthy.
He's on a 7 streak.
He's healthy too. He doesn't miss games. He's always on the
So
field.
crazy.
He's
Dude,
consistent.
Why couldn't Aaron Rodgers have a twin brother?
Chandler Jones, yes, that is John Jones' brother.
Yeah, no, it is, and I was gonna say, like, we were just talking like in NFL, but that is a good combo.
Well, yeah, if you blend it, and then I would take Chandler Jones and John Jones over TJ and JJ and over the Bosas, because guess what? John
Sure.
Jones is the best MMA fighter on the planet.
For sure, of course, yes, hands
Chandler
down.
Jones has been one of the best defensive pass rushers in the league for the past probably about 5-10 years. This guy was
Fair
a
enough.
menace in New England too.
It's just, Jeff, I'm not going to get on you because you don't really watch MMA. John Jones is literally like undefeated, and he took out generations after generations. Like, this guy's good.
I wouldn't deny it. I mean, his brother's pretty damn good about a football player.
Yeah,
We
that
all know
family
what Chandler
is
Jones has
crazy.
been good.
Just that bloodline. The
Yeah.
Bosa bloodline, the Watt bloodline, the Jones bloodline, even the Diggs bloodline.
Well, I'm still saying the jury's still out on Trayvon. I got to see more from Trayvon.
Who was
He's a good ball hawk, but man, does this kid get beat a whole lot.
who was the safety from Pittsburgh that went to Oakland?
Woodson? Rod Woodson?
Yeah, the Woodson brothers, dude. They were pretty damn.
Yes.
I mean, him and Charles?
Charles and Rod Woodson. Hell yeah, dude.
I don't think they were brothers. I think they were just the same because there was
Oh,
Darren
who's that?
on the Cowboys.
I'm thinking of the brothers that one just retired. Like, they just retired.
McCourtney.
Oh yeah, Devin and Jason.
Yeah, the McCourtneys. There you go.
Yeah.
Devin, I think, is a perennial Hall of Famer. Devin's been a great player for New England for years. Jason's good too, but I think Devin has been a better player overall.
Why did I always think the Woodsons were brothers?
Rutgers boys, I love the Rutgers twins. I've been watching Devin and Jason McCourty since they were in the Rutgers years ago when they played with Coach Shiano. Devin McCourty has been one of the
I didn't
best
even know they played
safeties
for
for.
Rutgers.
Yeah, they were on the Rutgers team that was in the
that's
was the top 10
and
team.
it was known as the Rutgers twins. That's what you
Yeah,
just said.
they were the McCourty twins. I mean, Jason was good as a cornerback, but Devin has been one of the best safeties in the NFL for a long time.
Yeah,
And
he's
there's a
good.
reason
No,
why
no,
he's
no.
been on the Patriots team for a while.
Alan, I get it, man. No, I know you said that. I wasn't talking about you, dude. I said we actually did have a conversation like a couple months back where we
Oh,
talked,
he's up there. I would put him up
and,
there.
and somebody actually did say in that stream that we were having that he was, and that's whenever I brought up that argument. Well, to who their own, because some people would say other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It,
kind of it's even to even just get to the conversation is considered goat status. I mean, like when you talk to different generations, other generations say, "Oh, wait, hold on, you might be," and honestly, RIP to Bill Russell. You know what I'm saying? He just
I
died
was gonna
today.
say, yeah,
So
rest in
RIP
peace
to Bill
to
Russell.
one of the
So
greatest of all time in the
some
NBA.
people might say Bill Russell is the best of all time. Then the next generation after that will say, "Okay, hold up, Michael Jordan's the best of all time." Then the next generation after that might be like, "Hey, hold up, Kobe Bryant is the best of all time." And then the generation after that be like, "Hold up,
yeah.
LeBron James is the best of all time." And then hold up, Giannis is the best. It's always gonna,
It's
even
a
if you get your
generational thing,
name,
yeah.
yeah, even if you get your name in that conversation, that's good enough, in my opinion. Because
It's hard to compare
it's hard
generations
to
with
just pick
people.
one goat.
Yeah. Well, and did you notice it works a lot easier in basketball that way than it does in football?
Yeah.
Like, like me, my generation, we all sit here because we're, mid 30s, early 40s. We'll all sit here and claim Michael Jordan's the best of all time. Now, granted,
Yes.
I do give Kobe, because Kobe Bryant was at the end of when I stopped watching basketball, because after Mike retired and stuff, I kind of didn't really care anymore. I lost my love for it and stuff, and it just got boring for me to watch. I still love playing it, and I love going to lives, but I hate watching it on TV, kind of like baseball. But Kobe was at the end of that generation for me, and I understand why some people can say Kobe is the best of all time. Okay, and then you look at, like, well, I'll use Big Play Slay for instance, because his generation 15, 14, 13, most of those kids are saying LeBron's the best of all time. It works in basketball because generationally you can have goats in basketball.
I mean,
That
people
is true.
forget
It's
how
kind of different
good
when it comes to football. That
Yeah.
is
people
true.
forget how good that back in the past with like how good Bill Russell was and Wilt Chamberlain, Oscar Robinson,
Yeah.
Larry Bird,
Larry Bird,
uh,
Kareem
Jerry
Abdul-Jabbar,
West, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic
Michael
Johnson,
Magic
James
Johnson. Yep.
Worthy,
Mhm.
Robert Parrish. Like you forget how good these guys. Larry, I think I said Larry Bird, but like
You said Larry Bird.
forget Reggie Miller. You forget
Yeah.
how good these
Yeah,
guys
Reggie
were
Miller.
back in that time. Patrick Ewing,
Yep.
Hakeem Olajuwon. Like you forget how good Karl Malone. I could keep naming players. John Stockton,
Yeah.
Karl
But,
Malone,
but see, that's what made
Shaq.
Michael. Hey, but that's what made Michael so great, man, because he shut them all down.
And that was a great generation of players too. But like it's hard because a lot of people will say, well, Will Chamberlain's the best, or some will say Bill Russell's the best, some will say Kareem's the best, Oscar's the best, Magic Johnson's the best. Like you have your person that has like your specific generation that you love with every sport. Baseball, same thing. Hockey, the same thing. And it's okay. That's why it's like a friendly debate, because it's hard sometimes to debate generational, players, because you're always going to have that guy. Some people are going to say that Joe Montana is the greatest quarterback of all time. Some might say Johnny Unitas. Some might say Tom Brady. Some might say Peyton Manning. Some might say Brett Favre. Some might say this guy, that guy. It's just dependent on your generation. That you grew up. John Elway, Dan Marino. It's dependent
Jeff,
on that.
that's the difference that I was talking about. Like, there isn't a definitive answer in the NFL. At least in the NBA, Michael Jordan ruled his time. That's why he's the greatest then. Kobe Bryant ruled his time. You literally could tell these men apart from everyone else. You know what I mean? There is no actual definitive answer in the NFL. Yes, some people claim it is
I
Steve.
could say this past generation, it's been Tom Brady. Tom Brady has been the most dominant
Oh
player.
well, yeah, you can't argue that. 6 fucking rings. I mean, come on. Like.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey,
that's
who's
the
Tom
one.
Brady?
He's the guy that both our teams beat in the Super Bowl. That's who he is. The
Now,
only one who's actually beat
here
him.
is my only argument. You take those fucking rings away, bro, and you just put them player for player, stat for stat. I'm taking Aaron Rodgers
Oh,
every.
Tom.
Aaron Rodgers is one of the
Already
most.
said that because, dude, Aaron Rodgers only only 92 interceptions in 18 fucking years, bro. I bow
But
to
we
that.
were blessed. We were blessed because we grew up, AK, you and I. Zion might be a little bit, Zion further, you guys might be a little bit too young, but we
Yeah,
were
a little
blessed
bit
because we had
younger.
a great
Sure,
quarterback class. We had great quarterbacks that we grew up with
Yeah.
Eli, with
Yeah.
Peyton, with Tom Brady, with Phillip Rivers, with Ben Roethlisberger. Matt Ryan in his prime was pretty good. I mean, Aaron Rodgers. We had a lot of good quarterbacks.
Well, and bro, I
in our
even go
time.
back further than you guys, man. I got to see fucking Randall Cunningham.
Well, me too. Same
I
thing.
actually own a time machine, so I go back to the 1950s all the time.
I even got to see the end career of fucking Dan Marino, which
Same
I was.
thing, me too.
See, that's amazing.
Drew Bledsoe wasn't bad. We got to see Jim Kelly.
Yeah,
Got to
Brett
see
Favre.
Troy Aikman was pretty good.
You know
Yeah,
what I got to see?
Michael
I got to
Vick
see
when he
Michael
came
Vick in
out.
his
Got to
prime
witness
at the
that.
Falcons.
Well, yeah, that too. I got to see when Michael Vick came out, and the hype was around him, like being
Yes,
this
sir.
new generation of quarterbacks.
2004 was the
Vince Young, dude. Remember when Vince Young came out? Fucking all these,
Young, yeah.
all
Steve
these,
Air McNair.
dude. Yeah, we got to witness all these guys, dude. Like
Drew Brees on the Chargers.
Yeah.
Drew Brees. That's another one. We had a lot of great quarterbacks that came out around that time, especially all those great quarterbacks that just retired. We had a generational great quarterbacks that are Hall of
Ben,
Fame.
Ben, I'm sorry. Big Ben, I'm sorry. Drew was 2001. My bad.
Yeah, dude.
That's right, we
There's
were
more Peyton, Brady, Roethlisberger, Breeze, Farr, Elway, McNabb. Dude, we could go on forever. We've had so.
But that answers the question we had earlier. Remember we were talking about why these quarterbacks now get paid so much money? Because they're not what the quarterbacks we had before. They're not that great. But the teams are settling for mediocre to good quarterbacks, giving them the money. They're not like what we had. We didn't have the Eli's or the Peytons or the Ben Roethlisbergers or the Rivers or the Elways or the Breeze or the Favres or the Rodgers or the Ryans or any of these guys.
You know why Peyton Manning got paid, bro? Peyton Manning got paid because they knew every year at the beginning of the year they were guaranteed 10 fucking wins or more every single season.
Brady was the same thing.
Yeah, but you know what? This is my only argument with Brady. It ain't fucking hard to go to the playoffs when every goddamn team in your division sucked ass your entire fucking career.
It's not his fault.
I know it's not his fault, but you knew going in that all you had to do was win 8 fucking games and get guaranteed. Like, it's not that fucking
real fast. Do you guys mind if I give you guys a scenario?
I won't. I'm not just, what's that, Zion?
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready for what?
Here's a scenario. We was blessed. We was blessed to see a quarterback named Andrew Luck in the NFL. Obviously, I get it. He held onto the football too long. But we can't blame him mostly. It's the offensive line, the team he had around him. But if Andrew Luck actually played out his NFL career, where do you guys think he'll be ranked right now at the quarterbacks in the league?
Right now?
Right now.
How old would he be? He'd be like 32 or 33, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Would you
he's
put him in the top
hitting
5?
the prime of his career right now.
Yeah, I put him in the top 5.
I'd put him in top 5.
Luck was good. He was good.
He was great, man.
Yeah.
Right, Jeff?
Andrew
Okay,
Luck
we all
was
see
really
him. Like,
good.
he's such a great player.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the saddest things you could see was what happened
True
with
that.
Andrew Luck, because that guy was a phenomenal quarterback.
Absolutely, man.
He had it all. He had the throw. He had the arm talent. He was able to rush out of the pocket. He had the smarts. He had everything, and he showed it on the field. Even with a crappy ass team,
He lived up to the hype.
He
that
still
they
took
gave
them
him
to the
in college.
playoffs, and he won a playoff game, I believe.
Yep.
All right, let's have some real fucking fun with this then. Let's really get now. See, I've been smoking a little tonight, so my brain's a little twisted. Let's have a little fun with this.
I didn't
thing.
even know it was 1 a.m., 1:10 in the morning.
I know, right? It fucking goes by when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Say Michael Vick is coming out just now in this year or in this past year's draft, and he is the same player he was then, but he's just coming out now. Would he succeed and would he be top 5?
Absolutely. Because guess what? Michael Vick is a better version of Lamar Jackson right now if he's coming out. I'm not trying to be hateful on Lamar Jackson, but Michael Vick could move
He has
and he
better arm
could be
talent.
and he could have accuracy. Because I was a Michael Vick fan, and Michael Vick,
Yeah.
that's how I became a football fan, because of Michael Vick, because I grew up a basketball fan, and I became a football fan because of Michael Vick. And when he went to jail, I looked at my hats on my wall, and I seen an NY hat, because I used to just buy hats, not
Yep.
knowing the team, because I was heavy on basketball. And that's how I became a Giants fan. Because I had a friend once tell me, "Oh man, Lamar Jackson is like one of the best runners we ever seen in the NFL at quarterback." I'm like, "Bro, did you watch Michael Vick?"
And he was great for the Eagles too. I thought Michael Vick was overall a much better quarterback for the Eagles, and he even was an overall quarterback in terms of all his skill sets. And he even was
bro.
Falcons.
Vic said
He was more of a runner.
Vic had a little documentary that he put out, and in that little documentary about football and stuff, and this is after jail when he was with us, he's like, man, if I knew now, or if I knew then what I knew now, no one would have ever touched me. He's like, I never actually became a pocket quarterback until I met Andy Reid.
Yeah, that Eagles team, there's no team that frustrated me more than that Eagles team. Go ahead further.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yep. What were you going to say?
That team pissed me off. That Eagles
Well,
team.
dude, I remember watching Eagle games where Vic would throw, and the cameraman couldn't even keep up with his arm. Like, he had such a rocket. It was insane, dude. I loved having Vic on our team.
Oh, my bad. I've been muted the whole time. I've been
Vic
trying to
Jackson, Macklin, Avant, McCoy. Jesus Christ, was that team just scary on offense.
Yeah, I was there for the perfect season where Virginia Tech went 11 and what was it?
11-0. Or no, 12-0. 12-0.
But for some reason, I feel like that year we didn't go to. It was not 12 games. I felt like it was 11. I might be mistaken. Anyway, yeah, I remember we went undefeated, and then we lost to Florida State in the Sugar Bowl. That was crazy.
Is that because of the shooting? You guys didn't play that weekend? Because didn't that shooting happen at Virginia Tech when Michael Vick was there?
No. That was
Marcus.
way later.
Was it Marcus
Way
Vick, his brother?
Wasn't he the quarterback there when that happened?
Or was his
That was
brother?
right around that era. That was right around that time.
2007 was the shooting. Michael Vick was 98.
I think it was Marcus.
2001.
It might have been his younger brother, Marcus Vick. That was the quarterback of Virginia Tech at that time.
Okay.
And he was pretty. He had some talent.
No, that
too,
was
his younger brother,
Sean
Marcus.
Glennon.
Man, was that really only 2007, dude? That feels like it was 99.
Because I remember I was in high school. That was I
Holy
was
shit.
a senior in high school.
I'm really feeling old right now, bro.
So am I. I'm the oldest one on this panel right now, so I feel like.
Wait, you're older than 36?
Yeah, I'm 37.
Yeah, I don't feel.
31 by 1. I love it. He's
Oh
like,
yeah, thanks.
Sorry,
Grandpa will take his receipts later.
Marcus Vick got
that
dismissed
old.
from
I mean, like,
school
I'm
in
right behind you guys at
2006.
29.
Who's it?
Okay. Marcus Smith.
Yeah,
Vick.
Marcus Vick was a pretty solid quarterback at Virginia Tech too, but he had a lot of issues, I think, with the law.
He got in troubles way too much. He stepped on that guy's foot getting up out of that tackle. He was very he got caught with drugs. He just got released from prison actually for drugs.
That's great. I didn't know all that.
Marcus
He
had a lot
played
of
one
issues.
game in the NFL for the Miami Dolphins.
Dude, I live in the 757, so I hear all about Marcus Vick. Dude, that guy, his brother tries so hard to keep him straight, and he doesn't even go to court, and then has a bunch of warrants out for his arrest.
Oh my god!
Because he doesn't even show up to court.
Marcus Vick had a really bad issue with drugs and stuff. It's a shame too, because he was actually a pretty talented player too. But
Well, see, and that's why
he couldn't get over.
And that's why I respect Michael Vick, bro, because you know what? Out of all the dudes in the NFL that have gotten in trouble and shit, Michael Vick took his time and he served it. Granted, what he did was wrong and he deserved.
It's very hard for me to forgive him because.
Yeah, I know, and we kind of discussed this before, me and you. You know, I get it. What he did was completely fucking. It was immature, and he realized that. But you know what? He did the fucking time, and he didn't even throw a fit about it. Most guys in the NFL throw fits about their shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
And you know what's crazy is that shit still is going on in downtown Newport News to this day. It hasn't stopped because of Marcus Vick. I mean, Michael Vick, excuse me. But there's still dogfights going on.
I didn't want to think about it because it just makes my skin crawl when I think
But
about
but
that.
I mean, he became an advocate for animals.
Yeah,
You know, like,
it's
he's turned his life around. He's done great.
Absolutely.
He's
He
done.
should have known better. That's
I
all I
hate
gotta
talking
say.
about
He
that
definitely
stuff.
should have known
I
that what was going on at his house when he wasn't there.
I hate talking about this stuff because there's the one thing that always drives me up a wall is when you see a dog or a cat or anything get
Oh, I
abused.
know, bro.
Yeah, dude,
It's the
it's
one
his, it's his
biggest pet
property
peeve of
under.
mine. I
It's
can't
his
stand
name.
it.
No, I know, bro, and trust me, I'm a dog lover. I'm a cat lover too. It does suck, and when he really got hit for it and popped, dude, and got arrested, I really hated him. I'll say that I did because I was like, bro, I idolized him. You know, I was still kind of a kid.
Oh, I was furious. He made Virginia Tech look so bad because I
Yeah,
don't like
dude,
that
like,
type of
I
shit.
believed in him. I was still probably 14 or 15 when Vic came out. You know, like I was older, but he was still pretty big for anyone who watched football.
It
You know,
pisses you off when you hear something like that because if you have a dog and you hear about this, if you look at your dog and be like, "Is
Oh
that
yeah,
what you
oh
want?"
yeah.
It's like that's what I did when I heard about it. I'm like, I'm looking at my dog and be like, "That could have been my dog. That could have been in this situation."
but I also
like
understand.
really took it personally.
Also understand though, too, humans make mistakes.
No, I understand that, and that's why, like he was able. He did the time, and he knew he was wrong. So I respect him for the fact that he knew he was wrong, and he did the time that he needed to serve. So I understand that. Do I
Yeah.
still love him as a person? Probably not because of that, but I still respect him for the fact that he did something wrong and he was man enough to do the time. So
But I wish they still had some of those Virginia Tech games, man, from back in like 2000, 2001. This
Vic was
man, I kid
phenomenal.
you not, I'll never forget this one game with Boston College. He's almost got sacked, right? So he starts scrambling to the right. He can't go to the right. He goes all the way across the field to the left. He can't go to the left. Goes all the way back to the right. He still couldn't do anything. So then he goes all the way back to the left again and then still gets 20 yards. And I'm sitting there, oh my God, this man can't be touched.
No, dude, you
It
couldn't.
was the most unbelievable. No one has done something like that since. I have
Yeah,
not
think about
seen
the
it.
Falcons. They had two good quarterbacks back then. They had, both Michael Vick. You go from Michael Vick to Matt Ryan. That's a pretty nice transition too of a quarterback. Two different styles of quarterback as well, where Vick is more of the runner, and then Matt Ryan is your traditional passer. But Matt Ryan was damn good in his time too. I think this guy doesn't get the respect that he deserves. Matt Ryan was really good in his
Matt,
time.
nothing wrong with Matt Ryan's. Honestly,
Matt Ryan was really good.
He could be in the Hall of Fame if he won that Super Bowl.
You could thank
He could
Kyle
be easily a
Shanahan for that
contender
one.
Hall of Fame talk.
Kyle Shanahan lost that Super Bowl for him.
Okay, can I?
Same with Phillip Rivers. If Phillip Rivers actually got a Super Bowl, he would be in the talk. Instead, he'll be in the Hall of Very Good.
Phillip Rivers to me is still a Hall of Famer. The numbers speak for themselves.
Can we all
That is
agree?
true, the numbers, but dude, it would have definitely made a bigger impact if he had that a Super Bowl, at least in appearance, and at least in appearance.
That's why people talk about Eli and Ben as better overall because they have the two Super Bowls over Phillip, even though Rivers was really damn good too. They all were good. That was one of the best quarterback classes you'll ever see because you have three guys that are perennial Hall of Famers. Ben's a given.
Another guy who has
100%
the
in it.
numbers is McNabb, and he will not be in the Hall of Fame. He will never ever get in the Hall of Fame unless they have some guilt trip. I'm not going to get into that right now, but you know what I'm getting into. But I'm not getting into it.
McNabb
but
was good.
It would have to be. He would have to literally. The only way McNabb would have gotten in was a winning Super Bowl, and he did it, and that's why he won't be getting in a Hall of Fame.
Should be also in the Super Bowl, the late, great Steve McNair. Steve McNair was a great quarterback in his prime. And he should have won. He was that close to winning a Super Bowl if it wasn't for Kevin Dyson getting tackled at the 1 yard line. My brother still has nightmares from that game as a Titans fan, from that loss. But Steve McNair was a great quarterback. He was tough. He was a great thrower. He could scramble it. You could never. You know, want to know where Ben Roethlisberger got his game from? Steve McNair. That's exactly who Ben Roethlisberger's game resembled. Steve McNair.
Well, actually, if you want to be realistic, Steve McNair got his from Dante Culpepper. Because
Yeah, that's true.
Dante Culpepper was the very first big body guy who could take the hits and shit and still keep running. And so it was Dante Culpepper, McNair, and then Ben. And then you get what
I would
I mean.
argue that McNair had I think that McNair had a better career overall than
Man, I
Culpepper
was just
did.
thinking all these names you're bringing up. We grew up, man, my childhood was filled with football. Just like going over to the family's house during Thanksgiving and Christmas and just playing football in the backyard with the family and then going in and watching football.
You talk wide receivers all day for me. Wide receiver is my position. We saw a lot of great receivers back in the day too. Back in the 90s and the 2000s, I mean, they were phenomenal Hall of Fame worthy wide receivers that I could go in days for talking about how good they were. Yeah, you are still a pup. Enjoy being young, my friend. Once you hit your 30s, your mid to late 30s, it's a different story.
Goes fast. Don't worry. You'll realize it. No, hey, listen, man. You know, you brought up wide receivers. Let's put some respect on the fucking name here. You know, this man is not talked about enough, and he should be because he is one hell of a wide receiver. Mike fucking Evans, man. 7
I've
years.
always respected him.
7 years of 1,000+ yards receiving, and some of those years were even with our guy Jameis motherfucking Winston.
Hall of
So
Famer.
shout out to him because that's amazing, dude.
Hall of Famer. Best wide receiver out of that class.
Yep.
You didn't think he would be the best. You had OBJ, you had Sammy Watkins, you had Allen Robinson, you had a lot of other good receivers out of that. Devontae Adams is good, but I think Mike Evans doesn't get the respect that guy deserves. That guy's been a great receiver.
Man, I'm
for a long
turning
time. I've
33 in 3 weeks.
Always loved Mike Evans.
Thank you,
I think the
Jeff.
guy's been a phenomenal receiver for years.
Yeah, dude, he does not get enough credit. He really doesn't.
Oh, he's a Hall of Famer. He's already won a Super Bowl too, so he's gotten that done.
You know
7
what?
straight years,
Going
over
forward.
1,000 yards.
That's-
I mean, enough said.
Yeah.
He's on his way to Canton, in my opinion. Unless he just,
In all honesty, though, your opinion, what? And I want everyone to go on this one. Who is your all-time NFL's greatest athlete? All time athlete. Just all intangibles, all
Jerry Rice.
all together.
Jerry Rice would be up there. I'd probably say
Oh,
Lawrence
that's a
Taylor.
good one, dude. Jerry Rice growing up back in the day was amazing to watch.
If none of you guys say Barry Sanders, I'm going to question each and every one of you.
Barry Sanders is up there. It's a tough one when you're thinking all positions. Barry was something.
Yeah.
Sanders, maybe.
I mean, that's not who I was going to pick, but I figured somebody might say it.
Oh man, that's.
Oh, I
tough.
just want to real fast. I just want to say, you're right on that, Jeff. But he actually has 8 seasons and counting over 1,000 yards with Mike Evans.
That's even better.
Let's get it.
Yeah, that's even better.
Him and Devontae Adams have owned that wide receiver.
Oh yeah, no. Devontae Adams gets his credit, man. That's why I didn't bring Devontae Adams into this because he gets his credit, dude. Mike Evans don't get his enough.
And if
another
OBJ
name
stayed
that
healthy,
doesn't
he
get
would have been great
mentioned.
too.
Bruce Smith.
Bruce Smith was great in his time.
That guy at the time was just a complete savage.
Oh God, what was the fucking dude from the city? The little dude.
What do you mean?
Played with Alex.
City?
Played with Alex Smith. Holmes.
Priest Holmes.
No, the wide receiver. Oh shit, what was his name? He was a little.
Dwayne Bowe.
No. Dude, he's a fucking legend. I gotta look it up. Somebody.
Dante Hall.
Oh yes, Dante Hall.
The return man. What was it? The human joystick, I think his name was.
He was also one of the best wide receivers back in the day, dude.
He was
Always
okay.
Tyreek Hill before Hill.
He was more of a phenomenal, like Devin Hester. He was a Devin Hester, great return man. But like he was a good receiver, but he was a great return man. Legend. I remember the human joystick.
y'all guys remember D'Angelo Hall and the Redskins?
Yes, I remember I'm on the Falcons.
Yeah.
What's
That's
up?
another one. I remember watching on the NFL Network. Him and Deshaun Jackson sat down together and were doing controversial highlights because D'Angelo Hall would cover Jackson, and they would all go. They would go back and forth. Dude, it was funny because they actually had a friendship outside of football, but and they were playing together. They would always be fighting and talking shit to each other.
Yeah.
All right. Further, who's your all-time athlete of all time in the NFL for you?
Yeah, that's so hard, man.
It is, but that's why it's fun.
All time. I mean, I'm gonna be biased, and no, I can't be.
You can be
I'm just
biased
gonna
if you want. If it makes sense, you can do it. Did we lose someone?
No, I'm just thinking, dude, because you're talking about all time. Because I mean, you could go all the way back to the 40s and 50s and 60s, even.
What?
Who's doing that?
Slay, what are you doing?
Hey, what are you doing?
What about Jim Brown?
I
We
was
put him up
thinking.
there.
That's a good one.
What about
Slay,
Gale
you
Sayers?
got one? I'm starting to feel this isn't the right sleigh.
What the hell is that?
Anyway,
Gale Sayers was another one.
yo, what's going on, Philly halftime? How you doing, buddy?
What's up,
Jordy.
Philly?
You know who's an all-around great NFL player was definitely Deion Sanders, though, man, because he did other
Yes.
sports.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
Neon Dion.
I like it.
Hello?
I'm probably gonna head off of here, Eagles.
Yeah,
But thanks
I'm
so
about
much
to
for
get
having me on, though. For real, for real.
Probably
And
we'll probably end the stream soon. So almost 1:30 in the morning.
yeah, it is kind of late for you guys. What is going on? Bless up. Subscribe to all these great content creators. Names right underneath them. And thank you again for having me on. And let's get it.
Appreciate the 5 in the chat still watching at 1:30 in the
Absolutely.
Eastern time zone. Appreciate it a lot. Sitting here listening to us yabble about football and about
Facts.
movies. Appreciate it so much, guys. Seriously. Sub up to all these content creators and everybody involved with the Hardcore Sports Network. We appreciate it so much.
Hey, Joey.
Joey Shakes.
You, sir. Yes, sir. Having a good one, man. Just talking some sports, man.
What's up, Joey?
Shakes.
I don't know, man. I have no idea.
I love the cover photo, Joey.
Yeah, for sure, dude. That is awesome.
I know how much you love Jason and like the horror movies, so it's a perfect cover photo for you.
Heck yeah. Nice logo, bro.
That is sick.
No, man. I'm sorry, but for my ultimate athlete, dude, like when we talk about strength and power and everything, I'm still rolling with who we were just talking about, Michael Vick. Like, dude, you could not bring that guy down. You know, even as a quarterback, you know, he did things no other quarterback will probably ever do. How many times did we watch this man escape tackle after tackle, you know, tippy toeing on the sideline and still staying in and breaking and going across field and like I'm sorry, man, but when you put all the intangibles together with size, speed, athleticism, Michael Vick hands down is the best athlete to ever come through the NFL. At least that's my opinion.
It's really hard to deny that. I mean, Michael Vick was something different.
Yeah.
It's just a shame what happened to him that it pretty much destroyed his career when he could have had the potential to be an all-time great and be a quarterback that revolutionized the position. A lot of people could have said the same thing about RG3 and how his career first started and what Washington really did to him because RG3 was off to a great start to his career in his first year or two. before he tore his ACL, and then he was pretty much done in by just horrendous coaching and just the ineptitude of the Washington football team's front office and everything. So RG3 was good too at the beginning of his career. People forget about that, and he
Yeah.
just fell off a cliff.
Dude, he got that knee injury in the playoffs, man.
Yeah, he tore his ACL, and then he
Ooh,
wasn't
yeah,
the same.
and then after that, it was all downhill, man. Because if that didn't happen, I'd still think he might still be playing.
I think so too. That really, and also he was just not that great of a passing quarterback. He was very one-dimensional at a time. I think he just surprised a lot of people with that RPO stuff that he did in his rookie year. A lot of people weren't expecting it. It was like the new thing in the NFL. You remember everybody was doing that afterwards when
Yeah.
the Washington team with what was it, Robert Morris, I think, the running back?
Yep. Or Alfred.
Him and Alfred Morris, yeah, Alfred Morris and RG3 both had phenomenal rookie years. We were all talking about like them as becoming one of the best running back quarterback duos in the league, and then they both just fell off a cliff after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think RG3 was another guy that looked promising, but just fell off after he got hurt.
Yeah. No, that's something after Carson Wentz tore his ACL and shit, dude. The next year after, I said, God, I hope to God we did not RG3 ourselves. And in all honesty, that's what I feel we did as an Eagle.
Yeah, we stopped allowing Carson Wentz to run, and he was more a pocket quarterback the next year.
Yeah.
People don't realize when those injuries happen to a player, not all of them are able to come back and be the same player they were before. I mean, that's what I worry about Saquon Barkley is that he came off not only just a torn ACL, but he had MCL damage as well as meniscus damage. And you have to wonder, last year it always takes at least another year, 2 years full for a guy to come back. You don't really know what Barkley's going to be going in. Like, if he still has that same explosiveness, he showed it at times, but not everybody comes back from an injury. Not everybody's like a Dalvin Cook.
Barkley is one solid muscle right now from head to toe. What are you talking about? Like,
but no, that's fine. But just because
this dude is gonna go and truck through his own offensive line and truck through the defensive line. Like, I'm kidding, obviously, but dude, he's fucking humongous. I never, ever, dude, not at this level though. Like, I've seen Saquon in high school or in college, bro, and I've seen him the first couple of years with you. Like, he's overdone it this year, bro. Holy.
He's playing for a contract. He's playing for a contract, and to be able to get his next big contract, so
he's jacked.
Yeah, that's right, dude. You're a Penn State fan. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm not even lying, bro. He is jacked. Dude,
he's playing to get paid.
Obviously, this is not Mitch in the back room because, Mitch is sleeping right now. Nice try.
All right, whoever's playing the games, just stop, okay? It's not funny. Just please cut it out.
No, they can hear one anyway because it's all different now. But still, I'm not dumb. Thanks for trying to take me as an idiot, but Mama didn't raise no dummy. So, but no, man. Yeah, no, dude, I'm so excited for the season. I can't wait. We're almost there. Everybody's amped up. Even you guys as Giant guys, you are amped up. I can tell. I know a lot of people sit there and say you don't have much to be, but when you are a diehard fan of a team, bro, you live it, you breathe it, you love it.
It's hype season.
Yeah, so even no matter how bad you feel your team's going to be, you still got to love them and cheer for them, and everybody is stoked about this year. Everyone.
There's one thing that's never going to change is you guys are always, no matter what your expectations are, you're always going to be diehard Eagles fans, as I'm a diehard Giants fan. And no matter what, we're always going to be going in there trying to be as optimistic as possible because we love our teams. You guys are always going to be wearing those green and white jerseys, cheering on your Eagles all the time. I'm always going to be wearing my red, white, and blue jerseys for the Giants because we're always going to – it's hype season. Every fan base, even Bears fans and like the worst teams are hyped up because it's another NFL season. There's optimism that maybe this could be the year. So that's why like this is the hype season now when training camp starts getting going. We're all just excited football is back. And we'll just see what happens this year when the games actually start getting played on September.
Yep.
Well, technically September 8th when the Bills and the Rams play the first game. So
I
we'll
always
see.
take the NFL week by week. I got to go week by week. I can't do these like everyone does these schedule predictions. I can't do that because the first week is going to be different than the middle of the season because there's going to be injuries. Nothing's perfect. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
You
I
just
agree the
don't.
same thing. I don't care about these schedule predictions anymore because nobody really knows what every team is going to be like because we all have to say it, injuries are a major factor with the NFL compared to every other sport. Injuries are one of the biggest factors when it comes to a team because you might look good right now. Major player on your team could go down with an injury and he could be out for most of, if not the whole season. And it changes the landscape of your team because then you have to count on a backup to try to fill anywhere near the role that you had as one of your
Exactly.
star players.
Yeah,
So
bro.
injuries are the biggest benefactor of how a team does during the season. And your
You
depth.
you even said it earlier in the stream tonight, dude. Jensen, the Bucks losing Jensen, that is a huge loss.
That's a massive blow.
Massive loss, and that takes effect on their playoff run.
It takes effect on Brady.
Yeah, all of it.
That's
That is something you can't have, and so yeah.
They're going out there now.
It's every year we lose a quarterback. Last year was the first year we had a full season quarterback, even throughout the playoffs, where we didn't have an injury with our quarterback since literally 2008 with Donovan McNabb. It's been
Well,
that long. I've been begging for offensive line. We finally got it. I hope we protect Ertz because, I mean, it's every single
I'm
year
sick of
the
injuries.
Eagles have a quarterback injury.
Well, he was out the Jets game. But that's just one game. I mean, I guess you can count that as a small injury, but yeah.
Dang,
I'm so sick of injuries. We've been the
Yeah,
most
but it's
injured
just-
team statistically since 2010. Giants have been the most injured team. I'm so sick and tired of injuries, but it's part of the game. People get hurt.
And I don't
Stop
I don't
there.
count 17 further because we were sitting our people that game, so I don't really count that as
You
missing.
guys are getting ready for a Super Bowl. Half my team was on the injured list when we were playing that season, especially against San Diego. We
Was
lost
your
our
organization
entire.
hiding injuries though, like ours though? Remember that?
They might have
hiding
They might
injuries.
have.
I couldn't believe our medical team was literally hiding
Hi. Yeah.
that. Yeah, like they had concussions and what was it? Wentz had like a fractured rib and didn't even come out and tell anybody about that.
Well, the
Like,
Jets did
how
that
can
years
you
ago with
keep your
Mangini.
job?
The Jets did that with Mangini, where they didn't hide. There was actually I was listening to I don't know if you heard this show before. Joe Beningo and Evan Roberts were on the WFAN as a team, and they did an interview where they were trying to talk with Jonathan Vilma when he was on the Jets about the injury designation he had. I think it was like a knee injury, and he couldn't say because the head coach at the time, Eric Mangini, part of that Bill Belichick group, where they don't talk about injuries or specific injuries. He couldn't tell what injury Vilma had because the coach wouldn't allow them to designate the injuries. So it just depends, sometimes who the coach is, the medical, person is, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you can understand that sometimes, but it is very odd. But I'm sick and tired of this team being so injured all the time with the Giants. I want to see a somewhat healthy team for this year. Just please get out of training camp somewhat healthy.
It's
I
crazy
beg you.
because I know you're a Giants fan, but man, I think, God, it's been about 4 years now. I've been putting you guys ahead of the Cowboys. I've always been saying this year the Giants are going to be better. You got to watch out for the Giants.
Because we always keep getting hurt.
I'm like, what happened?
Because we always keep getting hurt. It's everybody blames the turf field at MetLife Stadium. That's the reason why we have so many injuries.
Too. Every time the Eagles get injured, it's always on a turf field.
But the thing is, here's the problem. You know where most of our injuries happened that really killed our season, even though our season was already dying to begin with? Dallas. Galladay got hurt. Tony got hurt. Jones got hurt. Barkley got hurt. Everybody got hurt in Dallas that game. It wasn't just at home that Saquon Barkley tore his ACL that one year in 2020 in Chicago. He didn't tear it in MetLife. Kadarius Toney got banged up a whole lot. Shepard got injured in in Kansas City when he missed a bunch of games.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys get hurt all over the place. It happened at MetLife too, but Dallas, for example, wasn't in MetLife. Can't blame that turf. That's where a lot of those Giants suffered their injuries and pretty much really derailed our season and sent it to like the end. That's where Daniel Jones broke his neck. We didn't even know about it until it came out later on that he was actually playing with a fractured neck, and that's where Barkley stepped on his teammate's leg and ended up twisting his ankle, which looked like a season ender. I'm praying so much that Barkley stays healthy. I'm really hoping Barkley stays healthy because he's had some shit luck with his injury issues.
Well, listen, guys, we have been live for 3 hours and 15 minutes. I appreciate you guys coming on. I was not planning on staying on this long. It kind of went way longer than what I wanted, but we were having fun and talking, and I lost track of time. So
this was good. We should do this more often.
Yeah, no, I was just about to say, man, I plan on doing this every Sunday at 9. You know, just come in, chill out. People can come on. We can talk anything, dude. You know,
Even during the season?
Yeah, we'll do it on Sundays. Well, maybe we'll move it to Fridays or something like that during football. But
yeah,
we'll do it.
I can hop on now because we'll be doing premium takes in a couple of weeks. It'll be exclusively on Saturday because we don't want it to interrupt with the Sunday football. So, well, there's an exclusive. If anybody wants to know, premium takes will be on Sunday for the next couple of weeks, but then we're going to be moving our show exclusively on the football season to Saturday.
You know, we should have a show like in between like 7 and 8 o'clock on Sunday. You know, in between those like 4 o'clock and primetime games where there's that little break where 60 minutes comes on. We should like get on and just discuss like what happened during the day, and then talk maybe about what the primetime game might be like and give our predictions.
I love it. As much football as we can talk, I love it.
We got the StreamYard thing fixed. I don't know if you guys noticed, but you probably got kicked out of it. We fixed some things, so we'll get you guys all logged back in tomorrow, and you'll have to reset your destinations and stuff like that. But we'll get it all set back up. But then you guys can start streaming again tomorrow. Everything should be fine.
All right, yeah, just I'll try to do it sometime tomorrow. I might be out during pretty much a lot of the day, but
Yeah,
thank you,
I gotta
AJ,
leave
for the stream tonight.
I gotta leave at like 9 in the morning, so I'll be going all day. But appreciate you guys for coming in and talking. Seriously.
Thank you for having us on the stream, bro.
Thanks for having me on.
And everybody that hasn't already, sub up to all these great content creators here and everybody involved with the Hardcore Sports Network. Hit the like button before you leave. Thank you for everybody that was in the chat with us this entire 3+ hour show. We appreciate it a whole lot.
Thank you,
hope
guys.
everybody had a great weekend. And we're just about here. Football is just about back. So everybody get excited. The juices are pumping. The NFL is here. Let's go. Have
I'm
a
getting
great night,
excited.
everybody.
You all have a great week, and fly Eagles fly. Peace.
Let's go, New York Giants.
Shit.